4Player Podcast special Christmas episode.
That sounds like a Gremlin Santa.
Yeah. Anyways,
I need to watch Gremlins.
Welcome to episode 439. Guys, we are one episode away from 440.
What are we going to do for 440?
Oh shit, 440! That's 4 episodes away from 444!
Which is going to be our biggest episode yet.
I know, right?
I can promise you that. Anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. This is our holiday special. I mean, we're all wearing festive stuff.
Yeah.
We're
Christmas is on Friday.
Oh, what?
we're wearing festive hats and sweaters and things of the like, right?
Yep, and shorts.
So I guess I'm gonna start the show off by saying happy holidays to everybody. We're very excited.
Merry happy.
4-day weekend. Who here has all 4 days off?
Nope.
Is it a 4-day weekend for you?
It is a 4-day weekend for me, and it's also a 4-day weekend for me next week.
I've got
Really?
Yep.
just
I'm working tomorrow.
Christmas.
What? Are you serious?
I work in fucking retail
Oh yeah.
for a website. I'm lucky I get.
Don't say it like that.
Well, no, because Nick, everyone assumes because I work with software
No,
that
right. That
I
you
get
don't
all the
follow,
fucking time
like,
in the
retail
world.
schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But since my company is a retail company, I get 6 days off a year.
Right.
Those are the days I get off.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that work for like HP, and they're like, "Oh, it's Christmas. We're shutting down for like 3 weeks."
Because we don't care about money.
Exactly.
That's because
Like,
HP sucks cock.
so-
Not that that's a bad thing. Sorry.
Fuck you, Hewlett Packard.
Whoa, guys, this is supposed to be a Christmas episode.
I was trying to be.
Anyways, let's bring it. Let's wrangle it back in for a second. My name is Nick Henderson.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Crispy.
Hey.
Hello.
Should we introduce the other people?
They don't need to know. I'm just kidding. Brad Simons is here.
I'm here. Merry Christmas. I have Christmas off. Doing nothing. My parents think I'm working. I'm not going to visit them. Not because I don't want to. I mean, I work early on Friday. It's just not feasible.
Well, we know they don't listen to the podcast, so your secret's
God.
safe with us.
Yeah.
And all these people.
They still don't know what a podcast is.
Yeah. Neither do mine. Anyways, Nolan Hedstrom's also joining us.
Season's greetings and happy holidays. I'm here too.
Man, there's a weird... This is a...
It's an odd
Fucking
energy in this
weird
room right now.
This is odd energy.
What's going on?
I think we're all.
I think we're just all confused by the heat outside.
Yeah,
The
it's not very Christmassy.
like 79 degrees today or something.
Yeah, so I was wearing a long sleeve shirt today, but I walked outside and I immediately rolled up my sleeves because like, holy shit, it's hot out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It doesn't feel like Christmas
Nope.
at all, but it's 2 days away. So, what are y'all hoping to get for Christmas, everybody?
Fuck Christmas.
A new car. No, I'm just kidding.
I
No hopes and dreams?
already
Nothing?
got my Christmas present this year. It was an Xbox One!
Holy shit!
I'm asking...
That
for an
brings the Xbox One count up to 3.
It looks like I might be the last one to get an Xbox One.
Maybe you will be.
I don't know. I asked for 2 things. I was like, an Xbox One if you can find a really good deal, or just like a bunch of Steam credit and PSN credit. So I'm either getting one or the other.
We'll see what happens.
I have no right to ask my parents for anything, considering how much they helped me get into my house.
Yeah, that was your present.
gave you a house.
They actually gave me a washer and dryer. So I was like,
that's a pretty.
and my mom
fucking
was
good-
like,
That's a nice.
I know, but that was more of like, you need
and
one.
I've seen your washer and dryer. They're nice.
Kind of a Home Depot.
There you go.
But they gave it to me. My mom was like, so what do you want for Christmas? I was like, you just stop right there. Just don't do anything else. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm still rocking my washer and dryer that I bought from Alberto's Appliances back in 2011.
How is Alberto?
I don't know. He was nice when I talked
It's
to him.
been 4 years.
Yeah, but no, dude. Like my washer leaks like about a cup and a half every load.
Oh.
So I had to buy like a plastic thing to
weird.
put under it so it won't get on the floor. And then my dryer gets like really hot but doesn't dry the clothes always. And it's one of those things where it's
I
like,
know that. I use that dryer for a
yeah,
while.
you did use the washer and the dryer
Brad's
for like
sitting here
a
like,
year.
that sounds an awful lot like my dryer.
Do you remember using those? Because when I lived with
Yeah,
Nick,
that
I
washer
lived,
leaked.
yeah. I don't know if it leaked when it was here.
I guess it didn't really.
Yeah, I think just because it got moved so many times, something rattled or something.
little
I don't
bit
know.
of dribble.
Yeah, but then because I was like, you know what, maybe let's buy a washer and a dryer. But I was like, we're only going to be in this apartment for this house for another like I don't know 6 months, and then we're actually going to move into a house we're going to buy. Probably should wait until then because
probably a good idea.
Yeah, So
That's just one more thing you would have to move later.
that's true too. So I for Christmas I asked for a new hard drive for my PS4. I'm hoping I get that.
It's
and
a good one.
Yeah, no.
I haven't really had much problem with my PS4 hard drive. I've just been in the habit of having one game like fully installed at a time.
You like delete a game every time?
I delete the install.
I guess, but it depends on the games. Like certain games, like that I play, like The Last of Us, I have that digitally. I'm not going to delete that.
Oh yeah, see
I play that. I go back and play that every once in a while. There's certain games that I go back and play.
Y'all know how I feel about digital, so I've just haven't done it very much.
There's a real pain in the ass to like somebody being like, "Hey, let's play Rocket League." Okay, I gotta wait.
Yeah, give me half an hour to download it. So it depends, but it's just I found a pretty good deal and whatever. And the other thing I'm hoping, like I've been kind of getting into more like woodworking, and so I'm hoping I get some.
You gonna make us a birdhouse?
I mean, I can make a birdhouse.
I want some wood carving. Are you getting a wood carving?
That's a lot cheaper, but more hard. That's a little harder to do.
Hard like wood.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I like J52's point. Nolan's first to get married, last to get an Xbox One. Coincidence? That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, other people can get married between now and September.
Hey, if I don't get an Xbox this Christmas, I'm probably not getting an Xbox anytime soon.
Yeah.
But you already have games for it, right?
Let's not talk about that. That was a little too optimistic of me.
I have a serious question for you guys.
What's up?
Is there anybody here who's going to go end up seeing Star Wars again during the holiday break?
I would
already
like
bought tickets
to,
for Christmas.
Because I have family coming into town, and Emily's coming into town, and she hasn't seen it yet. So there's a good
Christmas-
chance I'm going to go for a third time.
Christmas will be my number 3.
You're going on Christmas Day?
I don't have any current plans, but I wouldn't be surprised if when I go up to New Jersey for like a week and like we're just hanging out doing nothing, if one day we aren't like
Fuck it.
Yeah, because Bernadette's
see it
parents are literally like maybe a quarter of a mile from a theater, like their house, and so like we might go see Star Wars.
We gotta see it again. I haven't memorized all the lines yet. So.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you. I was maybe not as bummed about not seeing my family for Christmas as maybe I should have been, but after I saw Star Wars, I was sad because I wanted to see the movie. I kind of want to see the movie with my family.
yeah.
But now I don't get to.
Dude, I want to see the movie with my family, but I found out 2 weeks ago that my mother doesn't even know who Chewbacca is. Or Han Solo.
He hasn't talked to her since.
I mean, not much, honestly. I mean, I was just destroyed. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? I mean, even if you've never seen the movies, you have to know.
Yeah, he's like on T-shirts and shit.
That was how it came up.
Yeah.
We were at a Mexican restaurant that sells silly T-shirts, and one of them was Juan Solo, and we were getting a good laugh, like, "Oh, Juan Solo, I want that shirt." My mom's like, "I don't get it," and I was like, "What is there to get, mother?" And that's when I found out that terrible news.
That is the family's gonna suck on Christmas because like none of my family's like super getting together, and since my parents got divorced when I was younger 2 Christmases, but then my dad got divorced again.
You know
so
that
now
means there's
3.
2 opportunities for you to see Star Wars now.
Oh, I guess I don't know if my dad is a big Star Wars. My mom, I know, but yeah. So like,
Has your mom seen it yet?
No, she said she wanted to, but she was busy with because she's a teacher and she had to do some stuff at whatever. So yeah, Christmas morning I'm going to my dad's, and then afternoon, like which is fucking Weimar, Texas. Good luck finding that on a map. And then from there,
People are already like,
Challenge accepted.
and then from there, I'm driving up, which is about a 2-hour drive to Bryan, Texas. It's near College Station.
That's not
Yes.
a real place.
And
Brian
to
lives
spend
there,
time with
from
my
Kincaid,
mom
West Virginia.
and her cousins. And the thing is, my stepmom moved to Bryan, and so if I feel bad like going to the town where she lives and not just like stopping by.
I bet people in Bryan are pretty lively because if your name is Brian, that just brings a lot of like lewd jokes along with it.
Do you think there's a lot of people in Bryan named Bryan? Like there's a lot of people in Austin named Austin?
I bet a lot of people in Bryan named Bryan steal street signs that say Bryan.
I bet it's more like, hey, I'm heading into Bryan, and everyone's like,
A night in Bryan.
I think y'all are assuming people in Bryan have a sense of humor.
that's what I'm saying. I think they have to.
October 2012 or 2013, when
2:58 in the afternoon.
when Precious and AJ stayed with us.
Yeah.
I had picked them up from the airport.
Was that the infamous chili visit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had picked them up from the airport, and we were driving back to my work, and Bernadette was driving up from New Braunfels, and I was like, "Where are you at?" And she's like, "I just hit Kyle." And like Precious and AJ are like, "You hit Kyle? Who's Kyle?" And I realized that Kyle is a town just south of Austin.
I hit Kyle with my car. Oh man,
There's a lot of towns in Texas named after boring white dudes.
Hey, Brad, I have a question. Did you go see Star Wars with Malia?
Yeah.
How'd she feel about it?
She liked it.
That's
Really?
good because she
Which
didn't
is
really like the original trilogy, right?
Well, no, not really.
Did she have any feels at all seeing the old cast again?
No, I mean, I doubt
No.
that. I think she just liked it because it was a pretty
She
good,
was just
funny
really
movie.
into the well-constructed
Like, she laughed at funny moments, of which there were plenty. I think that movie
Look at me like that.
was ultimately successful because it was funny, so...
Yeah, it
was pretty damn funny.
It had a sense of humor that Star Wars has been.
That's
lacking
like
for
when
a while.
when the guy stuck his head up in the electricity and he was like,
Yeah,
one?
that was really funny.
That was
a
really
good
funny.
part. Or
I think that
same
your
dude-
interpretation of that scene was actually funnier than what it was in the movie.
when they're on like a really serious mission to find a hyperdrive and he steps in poop and he's like, "Oh, I stepped in poop. I'm funny."
He stepped in poodoo.
Poodoo.
"Oh
Sorry.
God,
Bantha poodoo.
they're so bad."
Wait, I heard that Poodoo is not actually poo?
What is it then?
Semen?
I heard about this. I forget.
Bantha poodoo is. I'm pretty sure that's poop.
Yeah, you're right.
If it's not, I'm just gonna keep thinking it is because
Poodoo is a very
We're not
nuanced
talking
and
spoilers.
deep idea.
we're not okay. These spoilers are for the prequel trilogy that came out like a decade ago. There's sarcasm in our voices here. If y'all want to hear our spoilery thoughts on the Force
That
Awakens,
was all Jar Jar Binks, by the way, guys. That was Jar Jar.
What if we're still in, like, that haze?
oh my god, people in chat are
Yeah.
freaking out.
Like, what if we're still in that haze where, like, what if the movie sucked?
It didn't.
Like,
No.
what if it did?
No.
And we're just so close
No.
to it.
Because
I
I
thought
walked,
episode 1 was cool.
Dude,
We
I
did.
walked out
We
of-
were like 12.
dude. I also walked out of
I didn't
episode
do
1.
shit when I saw episode 1.
I walked out of episode 1 and I was like, there was a high moment where I was like, oh my god, that was a new Star Wars, that was
Fucking
cool.
Darth Maul.
But I remember walking to the theater distinctly having no desire to see it again.
Yeah.
Even though I was still
don't
like,
know,
oh, I saw a
Nick.
Star Wars movie.
You were, like, sad when you heard they canceled a Darth Maul video game.
What?
There was, like, give me a Darth Maul video
No,
game.
I know about that, but when was I sad about that?
I don't know.
Do you know who was developing that? Red Fly.
Oh, God. Yeah,
That was being made here in Austin by a Red Fly.
Yeah, they're real bad.
Yeah, so I was never really sad about that.
What is this new thing you're doing? Did you get, like, a sock subscription?
What?
You're doing this. You've been doing this a lot. You did it on last podcast.
You're just showing off
I've been
his sock.
stretching my legs a
Oh,
lot.
Check out
this
my
month's
feet.
sock.
I thought you were looking at your sock.
No, I'm not even looking at my foot.
Wait, is there?
He wants you to look at his foot.
Is there a sock subscription?
Yeah, I got one from Aaliyah.
because I
year.
could probably use that.
Wait, do you mail the socks back?
I keep losing
No, sock subscription. They just send you.
sock flicks.
They just send you a cool design every month.
Okay.
They're nice socks.
Damn it! I bet they did a
It was-
Star Wars sock this month.
It was like
Probably.
$11 a month
That's pretty
Damn it.
pricey.
for a pair
For
of
a
socks.
pair of socks?
It was like 9 plus.
But
tax.
socks, if they're good
something.
socks, they should last you more than a month.
Hyde ate like a bunch of them.
By the way, guys,
Hyde.
why they make a good point in chat? Zenzola, where the hell is my hat? Do I have a hat? I'm the only one in the room not wearing a hat.
There's
Are
a hat over there.
Are we out?
You could get
didn't-
the
You could
the
be
Mega Man.
We didn't have enough hats and sweaters.
Mega
to go
Santa.
around.
I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. Does that
I want
count?
a Christmas sweater.
Mega,
You can have my hat and I'll wear the
I have
Mega
a
Man,
birthday.
Oh God!
and then I'll
that
be
actually
completely
scared the shit out of me.
secular.
Hey guys, look at my sock.
It's a great
Are
sock.
those Hanes?
It is Hanes. I can read it on the bottom of his
Those are
sock.
nice socks. I like Hanes. Hanes
Oh,
are
man.
comfy.
Brad's coming back with something. Oh God damn it!
Black Hanes socks. There you
Give
go.
it, just give it to me. What the hell? Okay, I got little. Oh, I got little bunny ears, but it's snowmen.
Snowmen.
Snowman ears.
One of
If
them's,
this isn't a GIF, I don't know what is.
one of them's missing his nub.
What?
Oh yeah, his little top ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's only got one ball.
Story of my life.
All right, so now that we've talked
Really?
about nothing for like half an hour.
Hey man, this is a
Oh
Christmas
my god,
special.
yeah.
I'm not
have
saying
we been
it's-
recording?
Yeah.
Yes.
What have we even been talking about?
This is the podcast.
What have we been talking about?
Star Wars and
we've been
and
talking about Star
Christmas
Wars and Christmas because it's Christmas stuff. So-
Okay. Before we move on from Star Wars, this is not related to Star Wars. This is related to me.
Okay.
I've been really afraid that while broadcasting or like podcasting or whatever, I'm gonna accidentally like
Spoil something?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
Or like when I was at work.
it went from being scared of spoilers to being scared of spoiling.
Yes,
things.
yes, because I feel like I might slip out a joke or something. You know what I mean? I mean, I did that back in the day when. So my parents were also divorced, sad childhood and everything, right? But my dad was like, the new Batman that's out, 89. It's like, I don't want you seeing that with your mom. I want to be the first one to see it with you. Well, we went and saw it with her mom anyways because we were fucking kids. I mean, we were...
Right. Wasn't
Boys and
ultimately your call to make.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Your dad didn't
it was our
understand.
call. I mean, we kind of pushed her on it. We just want to see it multiple times and as soon as possible. I was totally...
You can remember when that movie came out?
Well, I remember
still-
vividly how I fucked it up for all of us. Me and my two older brothers. We were going somewhere with my dad, and my older brothers. Okay, I was pretty young at the time. My older brothers were being really stupid. We were like going to see it with my dad, and they were like, "Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen in the movie. Huh? I wonder what's gonna happen with the Joker." Like that's what my older brothers were doing, and I was young, and I was like, "What do you mean? He falls off the building? You know what happens?" And my dad's like, "What?" Which technically falls off the helicopter, but hey. I fucked it up for all of us. And I'm saying like I wasn't even thinking.
Dude, that's
I'm just going to let it slip. I'm going to let some shit slip, and people are going to be so mad at me that I'm going to have no control.
That's a double whammy right there.
We should probably stop talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you're about to make it. I would say this:
Sorry, the Joker dies in Batman 89.
no more Star Wars discussion. But if you want to hear our conversation about Star Wars, there is a popcorn cast with spoilers. It's an hour and a half
So
long.
many
or
spoilers.
So many spoilers. You can listen to it. You can download it on 4playernetwork.com.
The spoilers start pretty early too. I started listening to it, so don't even start playing it. Just like trying to tempt your fate. Like
No, well, I mean, like-
they blow it up.
Who would
pretty
download
quickly.
a spoiler cast?
Well, I mean,
I'm just
Nolan.
saying, I'm just warning.
Nolan's in the middle of. Well, I'm in the middle of giving the spoiler warning, and before the spoiler warning's even over, Nolan just spoils the shit. So yeah, be aware when you click download. There are lots of spoilers in that popcorn cast. But anyways, it's available. You can go download it now. Let's talk about video games. That's what we're here to do,
I don't know. What are we even talking about? Who's been playing video games?
dude. I've actually been playing. So we're coming down. Like, technically speaking, I think Chris Davis is a monster, and he thinks we're supposed to have our list done in like 4 days or something.
Okay.
So I've been trying to play as much as possible every chance I get, and I went back and started playing Ori and the Blind Forest, and I got so far in that game so fast because I literally just got it snowballed I snowballed so fast in that game. I'm like 75 to 80% done with it at this point, and holy shit, that game is so much fun.
How long did it take you to get up the tree?
Dude, like 15 times. But I tweeted about that over the weekend. Like,
Yeah, I remember
Wait,
seeing
the
that.
flooding tree.
yeah, the flooding tree,
Oh, my
which
God.
is crazy. But like, I was like, my heart was racing, and like I was gripping the controller so tight. Like when I finally made it out, I was like, holy shit, that was exhilarating, and it was super epic. And there's actually a few moments throughout the game that are like that. But like,
I almost had a Bloodborne moment where
define Bloodborne moment.
Okay, well, the first half of Bloodborne, for some reason, I was just like one-shotting everything for some reason. I don't really know why, but it became a thing. And on the tree sequence,
Well, weren't you one-shotting everything with a really with this huge charge special attack?
well, no, I mean like one-shotting like beating bosses on my first try.
Well, I think we all know why that happened.
one-shotting.
Well, so there's some some people think there's reasons, but I was on my first try up the tree. I was at the very. I didn't know I was at the very end, but when I finally beat it, like, half a dozen times later after that, or a dozen times after that, I realized that my first run was almost a perfect run.
Isn't that the
And I was
worst?
so sad.
Isn't that the worst when you get to the very end and then you die and then it takes you like 40 times?
Yeah,
and you realize
Wait,
exactly.
the first
so how
time
many
you were,
times-
there?
I don't know, like maybe like a dozen times.
Okay, so good.
I mean, the thing is, I remember when this game came out, it was right around the same time as Bloodborne, and people were like, I probably died more times in Ori and the Blind Forest than Bloodborne. That game's hard. I mean, it's hard, but the reason you die a lot is because it's really easy to...
I mean, it's hard for a different different reason too.
It's really easy to
Like,
die.
this
but it's not
game-
the same kind of.
What I love about this game so far is that like throughout, like I've been playing it for like 10, 12 hours or so, and like it is, even at this point in the game, and I've been getting all kinds of abilities and whatnot, and like it is, even to this at this point, it is still introducing new things to do with old mechanics.
Did you get to the
And,
area
like,
where gravity shifts in different directions?
Spoilers, Brad.
no?
Well, you'll get there soon.
That's
that's a
fucking
thing.
exciting. I just did the Misty Woods, which is like
Yeah.
like this
is
psychedelic
weird.
place, because like every time you get like the screen shifts and you get like a new item or whatever that helps you progress, like the screen that was before it changes. So when you go double back, it's different. So you can't really look at a map because it's always changing.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is really cool. And like
I mean, it's gonna get even crazier. Like, there's still some more crazy stuff in that game.
so I also tweeted about this over the weekend. There was one particular sequence where there was like a wall, and all you had to do was like double jump up the wall, right? Or like wall jump, which we've done in so many platformers, like Mario,
Yep.
all over the place. I've been doing it for a good portion of my life. I know how to wall jump, and it took me like 30 tries. I don't know why. And then later on, I didn't even realize it because I finally got to the top. During that, on my 30th try, I was like, holy shit, I was about to break my controller. Got to the top, and I was like, that shouldn't have been that hard. And then later on, I progressed on, and then I ended up doubling back without realizing it, and I got to that wall again, and it didn't even click to me this was the same wall, and I went boom, 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 first
You
try.
just did it,
And I
yeah.
was like, what the fuck? What was wrong with me the first time?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a challenging wall, it was just a fucking wall.
You just got better at the game.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a great feeling when that happens.
Learning the insides and outs of the mechanics and whatnot.
It is a really good feeling when that happens. And then like the moment, like I can't believe it waited so long when you eventually get a double jump. And like
Yeah.
when you get a double jump, you're like, oh, thank the gods.
It's huge in this game.
It like every
There's also a triple jump.
yeah, and I like this game more than a lot of games kind of in the similar genre. I feel like. I think maybe the closest thing I can think of is Shadow Complex, but like when you get a new ability, like you instantly feel like you can see all of the benefits of having that new ability. You're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is gonna make all of these things
It
so
makes
much
you
easier.
so much more powerful.
And like, so there's definitely that super fast sense of progression. Like the character, like I feel so much more powerful and capable in this game. Like I'm moving through it super quick,
And-
but like I'm still doing things that at the beginning of the game I would have struggled with for like an hour.
And correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a little while since I played, but isn't there a point of the game, like right around that tree area, where like they just start throwing you upgrades, like kind of left and right? Like you go into this one, like,
like two-
it was
there's-
like in the span of like an hour, I got like 3 or 4 different upgrades.
Yeah.
that really kind of jumped you forward.
There are 2 or 3 abilities that are kind of lumped fairly close together, and those do have a significant effect on how you progress.
At that point, you're just like, oh my god.
And by the way, the footage you're watching now is actually the same footage we showed a few weeks ago when I talked about it, where I was still super early in the game. But like, I'm watching
Yeah, you
myself
look
play
pretty
it right
bad
now,
at
and I'm
this.
like, holy shit! Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. And like, it's crazy cool. Now, the one thing I will say about this game though is I feel like maybe more than something like Shadow Complex, the game is more. It's big and it's open, but it feels more linear. Like it funnels you better.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't even know if better is the right word, because I don't know if I'd prefer it to funnel me the way it's doing it. I don't feel like, oh, I have this, therefore I'm going to go back to that one location and access it like I would at any other Metroidvania, because you kind of naturally stumble back
it's
across
almost
those.
Too.
It's weird.
Not just guided, just like
It's not linear,
like
but it
overly
feels linear.
designed.
Yeah.
You want a little open sloppiness, maybe like some inconsistencies to the like. That sounds really strange.
Yeah.
But I kind of talked about this when it, like way back in the day when we were talking about Portal 2, about how it almost seems like too perfectly designed
Yeah.
to where you couldn't possibly, not figure it out. I don't know what I'm saying.
What I like, one thing that's really cool about this though,
encourage experimentation as much.
Yeah.
the thing is, this encourages experimentation in a different way, because I'm not constantly thinking back to like, oh, I can go back and now I can access this whole different area. It's more of like you stumble across these like hidden like caves and whatnot, or compartments that are kind of hidden behind like the foreground.
Yeah.
And you stumble across them, and like you suddenly end up in like a small room where it's just like it's a challenge, and you can see like an orb you need to get or something, and it's just like you have all the things you need to do it, but like they make you kind of think like what you have at your disposal.
Yeah.
but
you don't know the exact way to use it to get.
Yeah,
where
you don't
need to go,
you don't use them in the traditional sense. Like it's not super obvious all the time. Like, oh, I got to do this and then jump over here and do it. It's like sometimes I got to think like, holy shit, is this gonna work? And like really struggle. Like there's times when I'm like hopping up a wall, like trying desperately because you can kind of like propel yourself a little bit farther forward as you're climbing on the side of the wall. And like I'm just desperately trying to get to the top of an edge that I just barely missed, and like I finally like, and then I go over the edge and I made it to the platform. And I'm like, holy shit! I don't even know if that was the right way to do it.
Yeah,
there's
but I found
some like sequence breaking stuff you can do in this game. Like if you're really good at it, you can make jumps that you probably
like
wouldn't be able to make until you get like the double jump or triple jump.
Oh my god! And I just got an ability last night that literally lets you cling to flat walls and just walk up walls. And like for 10 hours of this game so far, I've just been like, every time I hit a wall and I need to keep going, I'm like desperately like hitting the button, like jump, 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 keep going, keep going.
You could bounce off bullets, right?
Yes, you can.
I mean,
you can reflect them. Like,
I'm saying you can do that now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, man, like later areas
that was
in
the
that game
mechanic.
are just like crazy ass, like just there's like not even ground.
Bullet hells.
It's just you just have to propel yourself via enemy projectiles, and it's so fucking cool.
It is cool, and that's actually the mechanic that when I first played this game at, I think it was PAX.
Probably.
That was the mechanic they were showing the demo of, and I kind of thought that was gonna be like the trick. Like I thought that was kind of like the game's not one trick pony, but like that was its thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even get that ability until like 4 or 5 hours into the game, if not more. And you don't use it that often. Like there's I mean, I do. I use it more now, but like there are so many mechanics, so many abilities, and you can use them in so many different ways and combine them in so many different ways that like this game does not have a single trick.
That is I think that is like the star mechanic though of
the reflecting of the bullets or
kind of using them as like basically temporary platforms.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the thing. You know, if like if Mark of the Ninja is the ability to kind of like freeze time and like target this light and this light and this thing, like I think this is that this is the equivalent for this game
For sure.
Yeah.
the bullet.
You trying to finish this before the end of the year next?
Oh, I might try and finish it tonight
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool game.
if I can. Anyways, that's Ori the Blind Forest. It's cool. It's only it's Steam and Xbox One right now. So I'd recommend playing it.
Nolan,
There's a game that I'm not going to finish before the end of the
how's
year.
Xenoblade been going? I know you've been having a rough
I've been
time
playing
over there.
Xenoblade. I'm about 15 hours.
Okay, so I mean,
17 hours.
you're getting
in.
over that hump.
I think I'm already over the hump.
You're like 2%.
Maybe, if even. I'm sure I'm already over the hump. I understand the mechanics better of combat. There's still a couple of confusing things. I know there are still systems and mechanics I've yet to even be introduced to
Yeah, like
yet.
overdrive and stuff.
Yeah, overdrive I haven't gotten yet. I haven't unlocked the next chapter in the game. Like, and so one of the kind of frustrating things, and this is where I was playing last night, is the whole kind of like story missions are locked behind affinity missions, which are locked behind normal missions. Like you'll find like missions in the world, it's like, hey, you can't, there's prerequisites for missions. It's like you have to do this, and so then I'm like searching the map trying to find this mission. And like I was on this one mission yesterday, it was really frustrating because it was like, hey, go to this place in the forest. In certain missions, they'll put like a fucking yellow spot on the ground, and it's like when you touch this spot, the mission progresses. And there was this one where there was no yellow spot, and when you get close to those, the arrow on your mini-map disappears. You can see I have like a yellow arrow.
Yeah.
That's pointing me. That's where my mission objective is.
Yeah.
And there are certain ones that once you get within a certain range, that yellow arrow goes away.
Yeah, I
it doesn't
think
tell
when
you
it does that, it becomes like a little blue circle, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on your mini map.
So I was looking for
harder
that.
to see, but it's flashing.
I was looking for that, and I spent like 20 minutes looking for this one spot. And it took me forever to find it. And I swear to God, I walked back and forth over it like 10 times.
Guys, I
before
just had
it
a thought.
registered. What's up?
What if we started doing... What if our end of the year stuff was like November to November?
What?
Wait, what?
Because then you wouldn't have to worry about trying to finish. This game came out December 2nd or something, right?
Well, what if something comes out November 2nd? You know
There
what I'm
was
saying? There's always...
There was a game that came out yesterday that people are talking about.
Which one?
Trails of Cold Steel.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not going to play that.
Sorry. Just random thought I want to get out of
There's
my
always
head.
going to be one game or some game.
But there are like
that
8
goes
this
over.
year.
Yeah, no, there are. And it sucks when a game comes out towards the end of the year because, like
really
I said,
wanna
like I don't know if I could honestly put this on my top 10.
No, because I mean, you gotta. I mean, this is such a monster.
When the problem is, I feel like I'm going to love the game. I feel like I am, but the problem is, I can't. I don't want to make that call now. And what if it turns out I fucking hate it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a possibility. Like certain things will stay for. I mean, this game's got some high highs and it's got some low lows. But I do think that after a certain point, when you really do understand all these different systems, you can really kind of gloss over the lows and start really appreciating
What
the
is this
highs.
platforming you're doing in this footage?
But see, that's one of the cool things about this game because you're
I
on
think
a
it was
different.
avoiding some higher level enemies.
Yeah, but see, that's one of the things I like about this game. And at first, I had my misgivings about like I'm in this area and there's some high level enemies around, but I feel like kind of getting around high level enemies is part of the fun of exploration for me, especially when you go to some of the more denser areas that are less open and you just are kind of forced to deal with them. I like any sort of open world game where there actually is a little bit of verticality to it.
And
So
there's
even
a
though
lot of
the
verticality to this
platforming might seem like silly now, it's just
Well, it just seems silly.
just the fact that it's a struggle here, and then when you get a skill and you can jump like 10 times as high, it's like, oh man, like that's empowering. And ultimately, I'm gonna get mechs that can just fly, and it's gonna make that world that I spent so much time in. You know, I enjoyed exploring it like this.
I wonder how much smaller the world's going to feel once you get like a scale that can like fly.
Well, it's still.
I mean, it's gigantic, but you know they made it gigantic so that when you do get into a scale, that scale doesn't feel that much smaller.
But it's that satisfying progression that you'd see in these classic JRPGs where, you know, you're playing a Final Fantasy game and you start off, you get a chocobo and you're like, oh man, I can avoid battles, and then you get your little tiny Bronco that and you're like, oh man, I can cross rivers and stuff now, or you get the plane that
The airship, yeah.
and it builds up to when you get your fucking airship or your gold chocobo, and it's like, man, like this progression is so satisfying. But if Final Fantasy just started out with an airship, it's like, then you're right, that world would have never felt big.
Yeah,
you know? But
The sense of scale is kind of diminished when you automatically have the ability.
yeah, it's like when you get your car, you know, for the first time in real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
it's like all of a sudden, you know, there's more to
there's more outside
there's more
of
to
these
life
walls?
than just your neighborhood and the gas station, you know,
Jesus Christ.
that you have to hike to. This isn't me. This is Nolan.
Jesus Christ.
He had to spend money on those.
Hey, it was only like 18,000.
Whoa.
up?
Like real money?
$18,000. Yep.
No, I mean, but like, did you buy the $18,000 credit? Like, are there microtransactions in this game? Okay.
No. Dude, I have like 300,000.
I like he did the same thing as I did, where Lynn gets all the armor. All
Cover
the
up
armor.
the little girl.
Super-
Cover her up as much as you can.
Super tough adolescent.
The
child.
adults can wear the fucking lingerie, but the little girl wears fucking full body armor.
Wears an Iron Man suit.
I have too much fun dressing up my characters too, and I've been like specifically investing in the arms company that has like crazier looking outfits.
Oh, the
fourth one.
Oh, the fourth one.
Well, a fourth one appears
Oh, I haven't
later.
gotten the fourth
Once
one
you meet
yet.
a certain race,
Oh, okay.
that is super annoying because they talk like little
That's
chipmunks.
racist.
Wait, are there aliens in this game?
Yeah, and then another type of armor appears, and it's all weird and cool looking, and it's like super anime.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Nice
but yeah-
tits.
Nice what?
Tits.
Oh, well, I can't make them bigger because they took
No?
out the slide
I
out of their
know, right?
version.
Wait, did you do chapter 5 yet?
No, I haven't unlocked it. I still have to do one more affinity mission to unlock
I
it.
want to talk about a big aspect of this game, but it's such a spoiler. I can't talk about it.
Well, like I said, like I was that's just
Does the game turn
this
into a
I
giant...
think is one of the missions I had to do because I went and I saw chapter 5 because I was just honestly I was kind of like, you know what, fuck it, I just really want to scale.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to progress the story, and so I went to the thing and I saw chapter 5. It's like, oh, you have to do this and this, and I went to go do that, and it's like, oh, to this you have to do this, and so I'm fucking backtracking these missions, these affinity missions, and one of the things that kind of sucks about this game is a lot of missions are kind of locked behind other missions. Like I was saying, there, if you take on certain missions, like you like all these other missions are locked out to you until you finish that one
Yeah,
mission.
and I've heard like horror stories where like people started certain affinity
And can't beat
missions
it.
that are really hard.
Yeah.
So they've just had to go exploring and grinding until they could beat that mission because they couldn't take on a story mission. And one of them is like, whatever you do, don't do the Lynn mission that's in the
barracks?
base.
Okay.
The barracks, the one that says the one where you have to I don't know what's called. It's the one over by the kitchen where she always
Okay,
cooks.
yeah.
Don't start that one. It says like, oh, just be level 19. Wait till you're like 25.
All right, cool.
Before you do that one.
And that's one of the things is that it's nice that they do give you like a level. I mean, the thing is, it's a level minimum.
Yeah.
It's not a like I would almost prefer like a recommended level. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you need to be at least this, but we probably suggest you be this.
Yeah.
Because there actually have been some missions in this game where I got. I think at the end of chapter 4, the last mission of chapter 4. Do you remember when you encounter like that one like alien lady or whatever?
Yeah.
That mission, like, I kind of got my ass kicked a little bit when I first did that.
Yeah, some of that stuff's hard.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know how I want to handle the class system because it's so open. You can be kind of whatever you want. They don't really restrict you at all. And so I haven't decided what I want to do yet.
Doesn't
Well,
that
I
make it
would
feel
say-
kind of clusterfucky?
I would. I mean, there's
Not
there's a
necessarily.
method to the madness.
Yeah.
Because
Well, once again, like, so Nick, one of the things, sorry, real quick, Brad, you had, kind of said, doesn't this look fucking crazy? You know, there's so much shit going on.
Oh, yeah. I still feel
and
the
I
exact
was like
same
that
way.
as well. But now that I'm 15 hours in, like, I don't even pay attention to
It just fades into the background.
Yeah,
for
you don't. You need it there for when you need it, but when you don't, you don't
But
even.
like the game is
you can turn a lot of this
the
stuff
game
off,
is
too.
pretty good looking, but you
No,
can't really
yeah.
tell.
Well, you can. Like
I
what I was
mean-
saying, like as soon as combat's over, all the shit goes away.
If you were playing the game, you would understand, like when you're watching this footage, if you're just watching footage, it just seems like more landscapes to you. But when you're playing the game and you're seeing like a crazy landscape for the first time as you like kind of crest over like a mountaintop, it's like it's kind of awe-inspiring, and you're not worried about your combat HUD at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling you, you could turn everything off. I mean, you could turn everything off if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I just kind of roll with the mini map. Being in combat, that's a different story. There's a lot of HUD, but like he has that thing on the bottom right. I don't have any of that stuff on the
That's
right.
the social stuff.
I've turned off all.
I don't really know how to turn it off.
yeah, there's a ton. Of
Yeah,
settings
there's a
in
lot
this
of,
game.
and so there's kind of this social element, and you can join like I don't want to say clans, but to an extent you can join like these groups, and there are all these missions at the bottom, and you can see they all say cleared because every like hour, 45 minutes, whatever, you have a set of missions, and if everyone in that group is able to complete those. Like, so if there's like kill 30 of this type of enemy, I don't have to kill 30. I kill one, and that number goes down to 29, and someone else. And so if everyone in the group can collectively bring that number to whatever, you all get like a bonus of something, and
You get reward tickets.
You get rewards, and you can
which
use
will
those
let you use to buy items.
to
and
buy
stuff.
certain items and stuff like that. And so that's why I did it. I mean, I don't have any friends on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Can you?
I still
friends?
couldn't even tell you. If you asked me, I couldn't tell you how the
Yeah.
Wii U friend system works.
Exactly.
I really couldn't.
I don't know.
And so yeah, that's one of the things is like, oh yeah, join a guild with your friends, and I'm like, I just joined the
and
random
you're like,
one.
no.
The thing is, I won't pay attention. I mean, I don't even see that squad thing on the bottom right corner
Yeah.
of my screen. But sometimes when you're walking around, you'll see the icon, the little S icon by the name of the enemy.
Yeah,
Or whatever floating. Sometimes I'll kill those things just to get some extra.
because
reward tickets,
it
but
gets you tickets.
Other than that, I have all that turned off.
I mean, that's probably something I didn't realize I could turn that
Now,
off.
how much
You
progress
can
have you
also turn
made?
off your little your thing that tells you what you're currently doing.
Oh, okay.
Brad, how much progress have you made in the past week on this?
Well, I've not. Well, so that's the thing. I played like 40 hours of Xenoblade, but I realized it's kind of taking me away from
games you can
finishing
finish.
up some of the stuff
Yeah.
that I've needed to finish up. So since then, I decided to kind of binge it for a while,
Which is
Because,
what
I mean,
I'm probably gonna do.
The thing about
That's
this
what I
game
had
is
to do
it's
with Fallout.
really addictive. This game, once you kind of get going, so I had to stop it and play less addictive
it's
games.
very addictive.
So I don't know. We're still talking about Xenoblade.
I mean, we can switch topics.
Don't worry,
I mean, if I'll just say that I agree that I'm going to probably binge this as well, mainly because I know I can't play enough to put it on a top 10. Like,
It depends on how many. Like, I guess you don't have much. I mean, I guess none of us have a lot of free time.
Yeah, I don't have any fucking free time.
Man.
Yes. Dude, actually, this past weekend, I played like 4 hours of this, and that's all I've played. Maybe since the last show. I've been super fucking busy with just fucking life.
You know
which
what?
sucks.
It's a
what I
crazy
wanted
month,
for Christmas.
guys.
You know what I almost asked for Christmas? Just give me like a few days where like I don't have to feel bad for being a complete asshole and just like
play
gaming
games.
like 24/7
Yeah.
for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
I just want that.
That'd be nice.
I just want that.
That'd be nice.
But I mean, I'll feel terrible. But if I have sort of like a get out of jail free card and like you don't have to feel terrible, here's a sandwich. I mean, not that aspect, but I'm saying
Here's the sandwich.
That's fucked up,
Yeah,
Brad.
a little bit.
I need time.
No, I
just
agree,
need
and that would be nice.
time.
Nick, you had mentioned you binged Fallout, right?
I have.
I did
I've
too.
still
Yeah.
collectively only played 5
Did I
hours
ever
in that
mention
game.
that I finished Fallout?
No, you didn't mention that at all.
Maybe I should have mentioned that at some point.
How was it?
I finished Fallout.
Still good?
I actually finished 2 different endings.
You son of a bitch.
There's multiple. You can. Well, I made a save.
Aren't there a bunch of them?
There's a bunch, yeah.
I actually finished it twice.
Well, it's kind of, I got one of those moods where I was like, I really want to fucking play some Fallout, and because I had made multiple like hard saves, and so I reloaded one and did a different ending. So I mean, in all honesty, I didn't realize how close I was to the end.
Yeah.
Like that game is not long, like the story itself.
I mean, when reviews were coming out, people were saying you could probably finish that in like 18 hours if you just plow through it.
yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
I don't want to plow
At the same time,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is I didn't plow through it. I mean, I got to the point where I was, I don't know, my in-game clock said like fucking 5-6 days or something. I know
mean,
that wasn't right.
Emily is still playing it like on a daily basis, and she's probably played like 40 to 50 hours of it so far, and she still texts me on a daily basis like, "Oh my god, I just found this. This game
And that's
is crazy."
the thing is, yeah, there's still so much of the map I haven't even been to yet. I just like literally have not been to huge chunks. And I finished around level like 63 is where I finished at. Which sucks because I like there's so
Seems really high.
Yeah, well, I mean, 200 something. You gotta be level 200 something to get all of the fucking perks.
Jesus.
I think as soon as I finish Ori, I'm just going right back to Fallout because that is a game I want to consider for my top 10, but I have only played like 5 hours of it so far.
I mean, if you plow through it, you can finish it.
I
It's
don't
just
want
the
to.
thing-
yeah.
That's a game. That's a game I don't need to
But that's
finish
what
to
I'm
know
saying.
if it's
Hold
gonna
on.
rank.
Yeah, I've enjoyed like every fucking minute, and like I said, probably one of my best characters from this year is probably going to come from that game.
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, I finished it. I didn't super care for the ending, I guess.
That's pretty. I think that's pretty typical of most
Yeah, I
Bethesda
mean
games.
it was okay, but yeah, I finished it.
Well, I finished up Metal Gear Solid 5.
Ooh.
But again, that was one of those games. I played a bunch of that game. I mean, that's a very long game, but I never finished it. And everyone's talking about how, they have misgivings about the ending and the story and what happened and how it finished up. And I felt like I could not confidently talk about that at the end of the year without finishing it up.
Yeah.
So I just had to do it. While Xenoblade, I could play another 40 hours of Xenoblade, but I might not be that much. I mean, my opinion of that game might not really change in that time. While Metal Gear, it absolutely could have. I'll say this. I mean, I'm still really, like, as stupid as the story got, as the stupidest any story of, any Metal Gear game gets, like, my biggest problems with that game were its, like, structure. The way it delivered that story. Because, like, grinding out side missions at the end there to try to get
it was the worst.
final mission to spawn or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to listen to the right tape.
It's like the invisible requirements that the game doesn't tell you have to meet before.
It's just
It's kind of like it's almost the exact opposite of Xenoblade, where the Xenoblade's like, hey, to do this mission, you have to do these things.
Yeah.
Where in Metal Gear, it doesn't tell you at all.
I mean, there are moments in the actual game where you, like before the ending, where you finish a mission and there's not another mission available to do.
Nothing happens.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
okay. So you just kind of do a side op or run around Mother Base for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, boop, boop, new mission available, and you're like, what the fuck?
Fuck.
You know what I realized?
It happens a lot.
You know what I realized about Metal Gear? Is that, like, I mean,
It sucks. I'm just kidding.
no, it's good because like mechanically it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you have cool tools and you have cool weapons and like just some of that shit is just so fucking brilliant. You know?
Do you really have cool weapons?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
But I
dude.
mean, like, that haven't been in like a million other video games?
I mean, I'm not talking about just guns. I'm talking about like tools and stuff. You know, like there's like upgrade paths for like inflatable dudes that can do like different things,
Make
and
noises.
shit, you know,
and
it's
stuff like. Did you ever use the water gun, Nick?
No.
The water pistol was awesome.
What does it do?
You can use it to short circuit electric things.
Did you ever get the rocket punch?
What electric things would I need a short circuit?
There's a lot of missions where it's like, oh, you can disable radio so the guards can't call for backup. But if you blow it up, it's going to alarm the guards. But if you shoot it with the water gun, there's no explosion.
See, I wish somebody had told me that.
So, but what I'm saying
God
is
damn
like,
it.
I think that the mother base stuff and the way you unlock all this stuff, like, I just think that stuff ended up being kind of lame. And I really wish I had a Metal Gear game that played like this game, that gave me all the cool tools and weapons and items and stuff that you get in this game, but delivered in a way that like Metal Gear Solid 1 did, where you found like a cool item and maybe there was a codec about that item, or Metal Gear Solid 3 where there'd be like a badass cutscene where Snake would be talking about a fucking gun because he just thinks like it's a really cool fucking gun. Like there was an identity to like the stuff that he found in like while he played this game, and that stuff's kind of gone from this game. I mean, they talk about the Fulton a little bit, but you know, I want the kind of the geekiness back to Metal Gear, and I feel like this game was so self-serious and I mean, that's a different point.
But don't worry.
But I just, like, I don't think the metagame was as good as they think it is.
Don't
I don't
worry,
think it was
Brad.
as good in Peace Walker, and I don't think it's that good here.
Don't worry, Konami is on it.
Well, yeah.
Rest easily. Konami is on it.
So I feel like by the end of that game, people were really frustrated with that story. And in reality, I think it's easy to kind of target the story because it goes some weird places at the end.
Yeah.
And it ends really strange. But I think probably people were taking out all their feelings on the story at the end there because that was the easy target. But in reality, this game did have a lot of strange problems that we didn't have to deal with in other Metal Gear games. And I don't know what to say. I mean, it still played like a dream. Like, it's still one of the best stealth games ever, I think, if we're just talking about a game.
Mechanics.
Yeah, if we're
Mechanically
just talking
speaking.
about mechanics. Like, it's
I will say this.
shocking because Metal Gear games traditionally controlled like you're just fumbling with the shit. You're like, what is this? Like, I gotta go in the first person. Like, it was bad.
I don't know, Brad. Maybe you should play Splinter Cell Blacklist before you make any judgment calls.
No, I mean that's a wait, Blacklist. Okay. No, I mean sure that's a fine.
Game is fantastic.
But you know, you can't dive like Snake can in fucking Metal Gear Solid 5, and that's just it's the best mechanic. It's the best fucking mechanic. It's you're about to be seen. Dive out of the way.
behind the rock.
That's what we do when we're kids and we're playing, you know, avoid the bad dude. You dive out of the way behind the couch.
Oh, yeah.
You know, video games don't give you a good dive out the way like Metal Gear
I
does.
remember
That is
the
true.
Bad dude. That was my favorite game as a kid.
Dive from the bad dude. You didn't play that?
All the time.
I don't know.
Hit my head a lot.
It's good. I also finished Undertale. That's good too.
All right.
That's your final word on Undertale?
Undertale's a good game. It gets really crazy at the end there. I think some people might have been a little more fascinated with some of the trippier outside the box stuff, outside the game stuff it does. Mm-hmm. But I've seen that done better. Remember I'm Scared?
Yeah.
That's a cool video game. It does some I'm Scared kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's a scary game.
Yeah.
Wait. Really?
You were scared.
Like, no, but like
Nothing
some
as
of
inventive as I'm Scared.
some of the weird shit that I'm Scared does, like, to your computer.
Nothing to that extent.
Okay.
Yeah, that game fucked with me a little bit. Crispy,
Hey.
you played more of that King's Quest, didn't you?
I did. I played King's Quest Episode 2, Rubble Without a Cause, last night.
Still
on the
loving
phone.
it?
Rubble?
Yeah, after finishing it, I decided that I still love King's Quest. While I was playing it, especially like the first half, I was getting super frustrated with it.
I heard that from a lot of people.
Rubble Without a Cause, Episode 2, is very different from episode 1 because the whole episode is one big, like, multi-phase protracted puzzle. Basically, it's a story. It picks up a little after Graham becomes king, and he's all like overwhelmed with the pressure of being king, and he decides to go out for a walk. And while he's out, he gets kidnapped by goblins. So him and everybody in the village gets kidnapped by goblins, and they're thrown into this underground goblin.
Those are some effective
jail.
goblins. Jesus.
Yeah. They just kind of come out of nowhere and they sweep everybody up. But there's only 6 people, so 6 people and a goat.
That's not a whole lot.
6 people and a goat.
Yeah, so
let's not forget about the goat.
It's not that big of a deal. But that's the beginning of the episode. So you wake up in this jail, and the goblins are just holding everybody, and they're like feeding everybody every day. And then one day, like, all the cells have this pipe that just like pipes porridge into the cell. And then one day,
or as they like to call it, people.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Pipes
is. It's
people
like
into the-
porridge. It's like this, and he has a bucket that he
Stubby
collects it and he eats it. You know,
People porridge.
I don't have any footage of it, unfortunately.
Sorry, you can. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You can record footage now.
So anyway, the actual like puzzle, like the main crux of the story comes in one day. The goblins stop feeding everybody, and
more
they
porridge.
decide So everyone's like starving, and they decide that they're gonna make Graham like their little helper, and they're gonna make him do all their chores. So they let him out of his cell every day to do chores. And he gets to go around the prison, and he can see where everyone else is held. He can see what's going on with them. And then your job as Graham becomes keeping everybody alive. Everybody has a health meter, and every day it goes down. And they're not being fed, so everyone's starving to death. And at the beginning of every day, the goblins give you one ration of food. And it's the whole point is that you're supposed to use that food to feed this giant rat, but once you feed the rat, he's satisfied for a while, so he doesn't need the food anymore. But the goblins still keep giving you one piece of food every day, and you have to choose who you're going to give it to. You have to keep everybody alive, and it's weird because
Kind of like The Walking Dead.
it's kind of like The Walking Dead, except it's much more mechanical than that because everybody has a health meter with hearts, and every day they go down 1 heart. A piece of food will bring them up 2 hearts, and you have
So
to
there's
like
not enough to feed one
there's-
person every day.
this puzzle is really complicated.
Wait, so
It
what's the
gets-
fail state for the puzzle, though?
This puzzle's really complicated. Let me talk. Stop asking questions.
All right.
So everybody has this health meter, and everyone's going down 1 every single day, and everyone starts at a different level. So your 3 like main prisoners are the blacksmith lady, the bakers, and the apothecaries. And the bakers aren't doing well. Like, they start lowest. It's like the baker's wife. She's like really sick. You have to find medicine for her before you can even feed her. And she's already at 2 health, like, on the first day. The blacksmith, she's doing fine. She can last a long time. The apothecaries are doing, like, okay. So you have this, like, really, like, stressful choice every day of, like, what am I going to do with this food? Also,
That sounds like good gaming.
to unlock new parts of the puzzle, there's a lot of areas that are blocked by these levers that Graham has to pull the levers on. The only problem is Graham hasn't been eating, so he's really weak. He doesn't have any strength to pull these levers.
So
and
you
there's
gotta
3 levels of
sacrifice
strength. So there are days where it's like, I have to eat something so I can get stronger, so I can open up a new part of this prison that I can get to, like, other solutions. So you have to decide, like, you have to ration out all this food, and on top of all of that, there's Mr. Fancy Bottoms, the goat. He's being held in a cell that you can't get to. You can't feed him. He has 3 days. He's gonna die no matter what in 3 days if you don't get him out. So this is all like this huge ticking clock, and you decide when to progress the next day forward. This is all on you and your choices. So you have to do as much as you can in one day, push the clock forward again to the next day, do it all again, and like you're sitting there, like I had like a piece of notebook paper that I was like writing down what everyone's health was at, what it'll be at tomorrow, what it'll be at the day after that, and like basically counting like how many days I have to do this before before someone's gonna die. And I got it took me the longest time to figure out what the fuck was even going on, and somebody died, and I was like, oh my god, no. So I restarted the whole episode, got back up to that point, and when I started realizing that this puzzle was much more complicated and more involved than I thought it was, I got locked into a position where I had done the right okay, so the first time I played through, the baker's wife died.
Yeah.
You find out on the second day that she's pregnant. So
2 people died.
So 2 people died, yeah. And
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I after she died, I played long enough to kind of figure out what I need to do to get the medicine to her. So I restarted. I did all that. I got her the medicine. She was fine. Stabilized her. But it took me so long to do that everyone else got into critical condition. And I got to this point where it was I can feed this person and they'll be okay today, but then if I feed the other person the next day to keep them from dying, this person goes back to being critical, then that person goes back to being critical, and I have to make a choice. One of them has to die. I can't keep doing this. I have to. If I'm
a Telltale game.
Yeah, if I'm going to progress forward, I have to let them go and let someone die. The only thing that's different than a Telltale game is that apparently there is a way. If you know exactly what you're doing and you make all the right choices and you spend as little time as possible kind of fucking around with it, you can save everybody. But I got it down to where I could only save one. I had spent so much time and effort keeping the bakers alive that I just kept them alive and everyone else died.
Wow.
And the other thing too is everybody, the 3 cells, those people all have different plans for escape. So they're all asking you to bring them different things to help them break out. So you get to this point where you're trying to figure out which plan am I going to go with. Okay, I'm going to go with the baker's plan, so I need to keep them healthy, so I need to go find these ingredients so that they can make something. I need to find wood so that they can build a fire. Meanwhile, I'm finding items that are oh, I got a broom. What do I use this fucking broom for? And it's not obvious at all what you're supposed to be doing with it. You'll follow a line of puzzle actions with these items. I use the broom to do this. I get another item. I do something with that item. I do that. And then the final thing you get from that tree of actions is an item that the apothecaries needed to make a potion. But they're fucking dead. Actually, the nice thing is if the apothecaries die, you still have access to their cell where their cauldron is, so you have to make the potions yourself.
Wow.
This sounds worse than Telltale games. This sounds like Gods Will Be Watching.
Dude, it gets so fucking crazy.
I can't believe you're talking about the same game that you were talking about with episode 1.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This whole episode is you in the prison trying to keep everybody alive and break everyone out. That's the whole episode. There's a little bit of
Did you finish it?
I did. There's a little bit of puzzly narrative stuff after that, but the bulk of this 4 hours is just you in this prison trying to keep everyone from dying.
So how many people died when you played?
I got everybody killed except the bakers.
I thought that was gonna go completely. I got everybody killed.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Why are you bad?
I don't want to tell you what happens after that. The end of the episode wraps it up in a nice enough way that I felt okay about all this.
It was all a dream.
It's not that, but
You've said too much already.
Yeah. But the first time you play through, they don't tell you anything about what's going to happen. They don't even really tell you exactly how the mechanics interact with one another. So it is reliant on you just fucking up and then having to go back and play it again, which is my biggest complaint with the episode, is that there isn't really an organic way to go back and just replay the episode without starting a new save file and playing the first episode again, you know?
Yeah. So are you ready for episode 3, or do you need a break, a mental break?
I mean,
after that.
Yeah, I don't know if no. Like I said, it ends in a really it ends really well. The episode, the last 30 minutes of the episode made me like it again. But I was so fucking stressed out playing it last night, and if you were watching me on the feed, it was I paused the game in parts and was just what am I gonna do? I can't.
Everybody's dead.
I could not fucking handle it. It's so weird, and it's not the kind of puzzle that you can just fucking do the first time.
Just force your way through it.
And it's really weird. I've been playing a lot of these episodic adventure games.
You played a lot of episodic games this year.
most of them function in a way where, especially a Telltale game, where it's like you're in one area, you do a couple puzzles, the story pushes forward, there's maybe some dialogue options thrown in here or there, and then you get to a completely different set of puzzles that aren't really reliant on the original. It's a much more like linear thing. This episode is all really one giant puzzle that you're just unlocking new aspects to as you move along. It's like a 4-hour puzzle just to untangle everything.
Speaking of episodic games, Crispy, who's better, Gortys or BB-8? One dies, one lives.
I mean, Gortys talks and she's funny. I mean, BB-8's really cute, and I love
Who's
BB-8.
Gortys?
From
Gortys
Tales
is
from the
Tales
Borderlands?
from Tales of the Borderlands.
Oh, speaking of
But-
Tales from the Borderlands, I've been playing that.
Ah, me too.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess I'm done then.
I'm on episode 3. Oh, I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was trying to transition all nicely.
You asked him a question about Gortys of BB-8 and you didn't give him a chance to answer.
That was the transition.
Nobody actually cares what I have to say. That was just a transition. Go ahead, Nolan.
No, I thought you had
Go ahead,
wrapped
Nolan.
it up.
Go ahead, Nolan.
You were saying
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, I
it
did,
left
I
me
did.
with
the moral of
this.
the story is that
I wrapped it
BB-8
up.
wins.
I wrapped it up, and Gortys is awesome.
It sounded like you were wrapping up.
Have you gotten to the point where?
What are your final
Introduce
thoughts?
No, I don't know who Gortys is.
Oh, okay. You will.
We should
King's
probably...
Quest is great. I love King's Quest. It's wonderful.
Sounds exhausting.
It just
Was there another bullet point there that you didn't quite hit?
There really wasn't. No, you're good. Go ahead.
It just, to me, it seems like episode 1 and episode 2 are very different games.
Yeah, well, they are and they aren't, kind of, I guess. Like, it does keep the
How many
same,
episodes are there?
Just 2?
they're going to do 5.
Yeah, they're going to do 5, but
There's
only
only
2
2
are
out.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
Two
the
just
second
came
one,
out.
yeah, the second one came out last week.
The next one's going to be a bullet hell.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it still has the same charm and the same humor and the same lovely art style as the first game. It's just the gameplay really jumps up on you, like in episode 2.
Episode 5 of Minecraft.
Who do you like
or
better,
something
Graham
came out,
or Handsome Jack?
Those two aren't analogous. at all.
I couldn't remember the name of the friend, the kind of nerdier
Vaughn?
friend. Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Dude, I mean,
Who's cooler, Graham or Vaughn?
dude, Tales of the Borderlands in every aspect, I kind of just enjoy more. I feel like than most things I've played this year.
Well, so
Which is kinda weird.
I finished episode 2 of Tales from the Borderlands. I'm pretty
Hey,
sure
Nolan.
I finished 2. What's up?
Can you bring your mic a little closer?
I'm in
Just
3.
a little.
Yep.
Not that close.
Is that no?
So yeah, so I finished what?
I was gonna say is that Catch a Ride, but I think that's episode 3.
I think so. So in episode 2, it was when they did the race, the death race.
Yeah, Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
Wait, that was the first one.
That's the end of episode 1.
No, that's the end of episode 1. Yeah, episode 2 picks
Attack
up
of the Clones?
where that one leaves off with the fucking
the Gortys Project.
Handsome Jack and
is
stuff.
that the Gortys Project? Is that what that? Oh yeah, the Gortys Project. Yeah, where with the two halves.
Yeah,
of the
and you
fucking
have
thing.
to decide if you're gonna tell everyone.
Yeah.
like Handsome Jack is.
Yeah.
going around. Yeah,
And then you go to the place and you hit the
thing.
They go to the place and there's a thing and you do
I
that.
can't remember all the characters' names. I haven't played it long enough.
Doesn't fucking Patrick Warburton's character shows up again.
Yeah, Vasquez.
Yeah.
Vasquez,
Yeah, Vasquez
yeah.
shows up and he's hanging out with
Fuck
August.
August.
He's hanging out with August now, and they make you, they hold the guns up and they're like, fucking go and do it. And then you do it at the end of the episode. You're like, what do I do? Who do I choose?
I have no
That was
idea
not
what
a
you
tough
guys are
choice
talking
for me.
about.
Oh no, it wasn't a tough choice for me either. Because she's all like, I got a plan, and I'm like, all right, what's your plan? She's like, I got a plan. And now she didn't tell me what the plan was.
All right, fuckers.
Episode 3. I'm in
Handsome
the middle
Jack
of
told
episode
me
3.
what his plan was.
I'm gonna try to finish this thing.
So
but
I went with Handsome Jack.
That's crazy.
It's so good.
He's a bad. Did you play Borderlands 2?
No,
He's a bad dude.
I realized that.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay, so hold
We
on.
didn't
So
take a break.
Okay, Tales of the Borderlands. This is a game that I actually do want to finish before the end of the
me
year.
too.
I've enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to. I know
think that's the
everyone.
good- I think-
I know everyone was saying it was great, but it's kind of one of those things where you're like, man, I'm sure it's great.
I mean, hearing
That's
someone
exactly
talk
that is
about it-
exactly my mentality about this
Yeah,
game. I'm sure
It is really
fine.
great for a Telltale game.
It's-
I kind of wish there was a little more gameplay, maybe some shooting or something.
Sure.
Maybe if there was some loot, I'd appreciate it more. But hey, what
But
are
it
you
is
gonna
one of those things like hearing someone talk about it, you're like, okay,
You don't give a shit.
It seems fine,
Yeah.
I guess. And then you play it and it's
It's much better.
Like I'm just like sitting there with a big dumb smile on my
Yeah.
face the whole time.
So that's one of the things. That's kind of why I want to set aside Xenoblade, because I can finish Telltale before the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. You
and I
should.
probably should. So
You should.
And I hop back into the Witcher expansion, and it's a delight.
I saw you. Did
did you see the spoon scene?
No.
You haven't seen the spoon
I've
yet?
just been hanging out at this wedding because everything is awesome.
Oh.
The one little thing at a wedding is better than like moments in other games, like period.
Dragon.
Dude, I almost wanted to reload a save and do because you can only
locked yourself out.
in the wedding. You can only do so many events before the wedding progresses, and I almost wanted to reload my save and fucking do the other events I missed. Like, did you get the fucking ears or whatever? Or did you play Gwent with like the dwarves?
Yeah, but I stomped
You.
them.
Oh yeah, so did I. I fucking destroyed them.
You guys.
God, I need to time finish the base game. I'm not gonna get to the DLC.
It's okay,
this year.
Crispy.
I'm not gonna get to the DLC this year.
But the DLC would be a good way to remind yourself how good The Witcher 3 is while having some closure without defeating the monster.
I'm not even like far enough into The Witcher 3.
You
to
can
be
roll
able
a
to go
separate
do
character. You
I
can
don't want to do that.
Hey,
All right.
I know it's Christmas, but
All right.
that doesn't mean you get more time. we have to go to break.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break. If you're watching us live, hang out. We're gonna just chill for a minute. We'll probably open gifts and whatnot, and then we'll come back. I have one more game I want to talk about. Anybody else? What else we have? Anything else? I have one more game to talk about, and then we'll do news and community and all that good stuff. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in a moment. All right, here we go.
So what'd you get?
I received from our dear Chai Tai Diana Does Dino Valley, Book 2. Pounded by a
Plesiosaurus.
Pounded by a plesiosaurus.
pounded by a plesiosaurus.
Is a plesiosaurus a real saurus?
Yeah, it was in Jurassic World. Didn't you see it?
Does it please you?
Fuck someone?
No, it did not.
Please, yes.
Yeah, that seems like a mishap.
There are other books.
Pleasing the plesiosaur.
There are other books. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the full list here. Give me a second,
We need a sample.
and I'll read the description. I'm not gonna obviously read.
We want a sample.
There, I will read the description.
Why isn't this like a video?
Oh,
I don't
right.
know the legality of reading out a book. Isn't that a public performance of copyrighted material?
maybe?
Do you think like
So,
roar skin is?
this is actually not just for me, guys.
Roar skin?
Chai got you all a gift.
Oh, what did I get?
These are all Amazon books.
No.
Brad,
Yeah.
Taken by the Orc King.
Yes.
I'll read that. Wait, what am I though? Am I a hobbit?
Crispy gets The Dark Knight's Boner Rises.
Yes.
Oh my god. Chris Davis gets Meow.
What?
You fuck cats, Chris. That's what it says. That's what you do.
Oh my god. I don't even know how to read Nolan's without laughing. I'm gonna try.
You okay?
Nolan's book is called
You can't look at him and say it, can you?
Look me in the eyes and
Should
say
I read it? All right. Nolan's book is Pounded in the Butt by My Book. Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. What?
What?
Pounded in the Butt by My Book. Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt.
What? What is that?
I want to read that now.
Wait, is Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt the book that you get pounded in the butt by?
It has a very specific shape to the book.
Holy shit.
Talk about a hardcover.
Can I say?
Oh my god. I still gotta read a portion of the Pounded by a
Can I say it?
Plesiosaurus. Holy shit. I'm going to send you all your codes later for a little light reading.
Light read.
Pounded in the butt by...
the name of the book you're getting pounded in the butt by is Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt.
Yes.
And you're getting pounded in the butt by my own book, pounded in the butt by my own butt.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty clever, actually.
All right.
Well, speaking of,
How did you find these? Jesus Christ. What did you have to search for?
how about I go ahead and
Someone in chat says, "Have they discussed Xenoblade X yet?" I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, but the first review I see here gave it 3 stars. It says, it was a bit predictable because she had to go to the water to get caught by the plesiosaurus, which is understandable. It is a water creature. All right. Here's the description of Pounded by a Plesiosaurus. 27-year-old champion rock climber Deanna Donaldson. Deanna Donaldson.
Our heroine.
Sounds hot.
Yeah.
Got more dino than she ever could have bargained for when a pterodactyl decided she was more than just an intruder. But her delicious encounter with a pterosaur is only the beginning of her adventures in Dino Valley. Professor Liam Tomlin has another mission for Deanna. Should she choose to accept it, and this one will have her meet with a very large and very interested adolescent plesiosaurus.
So what is a plesiosaurus?
Is Deanna up for the challenge of being taken by another dinosaur?
Is that the big
Another dinosaur.
Is that the big
Yeah, this is the
shark-like
sequel.
one from Lost World, Lost Planet,
I for like taken by a pterodactyl or something.
Jurassic World, whatever?
Yes.
It's the big scary one.
It's the big swimming one.
Yeah.
That thing was cool. That was like the only cool part of that movie. Was that dinosaur?
What?
And even
Cool. All right.
even that's debatable.
let's
Well, how about I get
yeah.
mine ready? So Nolan, I apologize. Your never arrived, and I'm really pissed about that. So you don't get one, but everybody else does, unfortunately.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Oh my god.
That's
I
pretty-
won't be
wait.
accepting my
I'm
present in
going to
solidarity with
assist.
Nolan.
It's on the other can. It's not on
It's
like.
inside the closet.
You had to hide it in the closet.
No, it's in the
I don't see
closet.
Every time you guys
Now
extend
it's in
that
the
out, I get
closet,
really,
too.
really nervous.
Yeah, there was a giant television we're moving out of. Oh my god.
Okay. God, this.
I'm nervous that like it's just gonna rip my Are you? Did you just check to see how it made your butt look?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hi, get down.
I'm gonna move this into the
I've
hall
been
for
wanting
now.
to give this away for weeks.
Is that wrapping paper?
Wrapping
You're
paper!
giving away wrapping paper?
What the hell? Everyone except Nolan gets dicks.
What?
That
You
does-
get dicks.
Is that
I get
actually
plenty of
giant?
Give me a dick.
This
That's-
is a dick for Brad.
What?
Make sure the camera can see the dick.
Is this a real giant dildo?
This
Did you go on?
is a dick for Chris.
Yay!
Crispy's
I love
is much
it.
smaller and skinnier.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is going
And
on
this
here?
is a dick.
Why did I get the tiny dick?
Because it's emulating real life.
Mixed balls are bigger.
Damn right.
You get a dick, and you get a dick, and you get a dick.
Like a poster tube.
I gotta be honest, I'm surprised. I'm pretty impressed. I don't even want to open it. I just want to leave it as it is.
I feel a little ashamed of my dick next to your guys' dicks. No, you know what?
All right, can we open our dicks now?
I'm gonna do the best I can with what I've got.
You can open your gentle. Firm but gentle.
Firm, but
What is this? The poster tube? No.
That's what's inside the poster tube. And do be careful as you get it out of it.
Oh, okay.
this is the weirdest gift I've ever received, Chris Davis. Which is great because next time someone asks me what the weirdest gift I've ever received is, I have an answer for them.
Oh, be careful with the balls. You gotta be careful with the balls.
Okay.
of course.
Because the balls are actually things too.
Well, I figured.
What in the world?
Is it muscle milk?
Muscle milk. What the hell is this?
That's stroop waffle.
You put
What is a stroop waffle?
many tapes on this.
Is this a
It's
potato
delicacy
gun?
from the Netherlands.
Oh God.
Is this a potato gun?
All right. So I have stroop waffles, whatever that is.
They're really good.
Brad, your
Like really
ass
big
is right in
crispy
front of the
waffles.
camera.
They better be. They're supposed to be gifts. All right.
What, does anybody have a knife?
At home.
You need a knife,
Okay,
Brad?
so it's a tube. And
All right. There's stuff.
oh, I've got square testicles.
All right, hold on. Holy shit! Jesus Christ!
And Theo's losing this shit.
Did you give me chocolate oranges? Chocolate oranges?
You know, blue
No, I
balls.
thought
All right,
I'd never
I'm
seen
gonna
those
open
again.
it. I'm gonna open it for the feed before I see it. Or I'm gonna see it on the feed, I guess.
We need scissors.
What in the world?
Oh, that's cool.
That is the 1-for-1 pixel map.
That's Dark World and that's Light World.
Light World and Dark World.
Do you see that, Brad?
Oh my god. Did he even play that game? I guess he did.
I earned this shit.
That's the entire overworld.
Here we go.
That's the Dark World.
Wow, this is really cool.
Got it.
Wait, Nick, you have it upside down.
I know. I'm trying to find the best way to hold it without folding.
These are poster tubes. This is very large.
There we go.
Now,
Dude, that's
don't
badass.
open yours just yet.
Actually, this is
Okay.
This will look great in my gaming room.
I want to explain yours.
Okay.
Okay? Chris has the entire Westeros map.
Oh, you spoiled it.
I can already tell.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it. I was like, this has to be Westeros.
I mean, you didn't play that many like
Oh.
PS1 and SNES in those games, so that it had really good maps.
Yeah.
Because I love
No,
maps in a
dude,
video
still.
game. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that's an expensive mic.
That's like, oh, this is fucking.
Ow.
Sorry.
Oops.
Dude, this is fucking giant.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is really big.
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
So I thought
Whoa, it's Westeros and East Coast.
Now-
Mine came with balls.
Yeah,
Oh, is that part of it?
Oh, I figured Hyde needs some blue
Oh,
balls.
you got something for the dog.
Chris Taylor.
Your dog has a ball problem.
All right.
That's pretty.
Yours, it's not quite what I wanted it to be. But that is the entire right side up castle.
Oh my God! That's Symphony of the Night. You recognize this, right? No, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
just the
That's the
small area
entirety.
over here.
That's the right side up castle.
Oh my God!
Just turn it upside down and it's the upside down cast.
Oh, and it has the other castle. Look, it has the other castle. Chris Davis, that's really amazing.
Dude,
I thought that was really
these are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris Davis.
Hopefully, Nolan's come soon.
Well,
Nolan, do you want to know what yours is? Because I'm thinking about
Thanks,
having
bud.
them say no and just having them fucking return it.
I mean, if you want, I guess.
Yours was going to be every single overworld from Chrono Trigger.
That's a lot.
But
I'd say hold out and wait for it.
I ordered it before Thanksgiving. It still hasn't arrived yet. It was supposed to arrive last week and I was super pissed about it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But
But what, Nick?
no one does get something today. I know I'm not as bad as Chris Davis. He failed.
What?
Failed.
Chris Davis, you're kind of bad at acting. We got Nolan something.
the Stormtrooper box.
Stormtrooper
It's
box.
a heavy Stormtrooper box. We all chipped in for this,
We
Nolan.
got you so many bricks.
You're so good at getting us gifts all the time, and we never have anything for you.
What?
That we kind of
Xbox One.
We pitched in and got you an Xbox.
Yeah.
we decided to finally do something really nice for you in return.
So now Brad's the only one that doesn't have an Xbox. Yay!
And look, it has the limited edition blue box.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Merry Christmas, Nolan.
Merry Christmas, Nolan. Also, how good is Bernadette at keeping a secret? I was worried that she might tip you off or something.
Oh, she knew?
Yeah.
Well, we had to check
We had
with
to
her.
coordinate.
Well, every
We had to
time I
tell
was like, I
her.
kind of want to buy an Xbox. She's like, maybe you shouldn't. So I thought she was getting me one.
No, it was us. It was us.
All along.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Thank you. Well, I have gifts for y'all too.
God, no.
I got you all Steam boxes.
We got you an Xbox. What more do you want? Dude, seriously, this Stormtrooper paper is really cool.
Yeah, where did you get that?
I found it at Target, actually.
That's for Crispy.
Oh,
And this
Alright.
one's for Chris Davis.
oh, thank you.
And this one's for Nick.
That's a really sharp.
Oh, I got Star Wars stuff too.
And this one's for Brad.
Mine's Avenger stuff. It's not as cool, but I like
Mine's
Avengers.
Justice League. Yeah.
Mine's Star Wars,
Mine's
bitches.
Spider-Man.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. Wait, are we doing these all together, one at a time?
Yes.
I'm going first.
No, I'm going first.
No, I'm going first.
Oh shit! It's a oh, this is cool!
It's a metric.
It's a fucking Metroid!
That's so cool.
Does it light up?
I don't think so.
Nolan! I
means like this existed! It's Booster Gold! He got me Booster Gold! Look, it's a little Booster Gold statue! Oh, Nolan.
Oh my god! He got me Hot Wheels! From James Bond!
I thought we were gonna beat Nolan this
You
year.
fucking suck, dude!
But I gotta say, Chris Davis and Nolan, you brought the pain.
Holy shit! Holy shit! They just keep coming!
There's 5 of them, yeah.
Oh man!
Jesus Christ, this thing is cool.
Oh.
Oh my god!
It's a Dallas mask?
Yeah.
Alright.
DC
I couldn't figure out what to. You were the hardest one to shop for, Chris Davis.
Oh, is this the...
It's a
Payday 2 mask.
Oh, this is part of this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. So we have Diamonds Are Forever. I believe that's what I'm
Booster
saying.
Gold.
Diamonds Are Forever. We got a hot. Boom! Of course, we got Skyfall. Check that shit out. Goldfinger.
I don't think it's official because the official ones were goddamn expensive. Chris Davis.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
The gold standard. Oh, it's like a history of Booster
And
Gold.
Casino Royale. This one had the shortest lifespan, I think, of any James Bond car ever. Dude, these are cool.
Nice, a Dallas mask.
Oh, it's a chess piece.
Yeah.
It's like their collectible chess
Yeah.
pieces. And Booster Gold's a pawn.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Holy shit.
Let's see.
Chris,
This will show mine too.
super awesome, man.
Yeah,
I do
dude.
too. Don't know where you're going to put it.
Dude, these are gonna look great on my new gaming room wall, which is completely empty right now. I'm gonna have the light world right next to the dark world.
Fuck you guys.
Boom.
They're just. What's so cool is that those maps are literally ripped from the game. That's 1-for-1 pixel.
That's badass.
Oh.
Chris Davis, you should show the
Yeah, I'm
camera.
going to. Might as well put it on. You know?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Pay them, motherfuckers!
You're wearing a price tag.
It's not a price tag, it's like a label.
Label tag or whatever.
Ugh. Not easy with that.
I didn't think I was gonna get a real Christmas this year. Don't open it.
I want to open it. It's a Metroid.
Don't be a monster. Leave it in the box.
No.
Don't be one of those people.
Yeah, just open
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Do something with
Holy shit! We just made this is a disaster zone in here now.
Years
Alright.
of War.
Yeah, they were all bundles.
Yes.
You know. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what they do.
hold it close.
Now, if you get an external drive for that,
I know.
you know, it actually.
I've heard
loads-
that it's better to have an external drive than
It
an
is.
internal one.
So.
That's what I was reading online. Because I did a lot of research into Xboxes, and I almost
You
bought
fucking
one.
guys. Fucking guys. We got you an Xbox, and I still feel like you got us better gifts. Son of a bitch.
I thought the Booster Gold was going to be bigger than he is.
Wow.
Like the online
Let me see him.
thing.
I didn't know that, like, Booster Gold collectibles even exist.
There's actually a bigger one, but it was really
This guy looks like a
expensive.
nerd.
And I was trying to keep everyone's
Dude.
gifts reasonably cheap.
He is kind of a nerd.
Alright, I want to move the TV back.
Fucking hey, man.
If you haven't yet, Nolan, you should play Ori and the Blind Forest now.
I need to finish it.
You should get Halo 5.
Everyone tells me it's one of the better Halo games.
It's really good.
I know.
Which he's going to tell you about in a minute.
Get ready. I think it's
Dude, I think I'm gonna
just kidding.
get Halo just because I need something to play.
Oh, dude, we should totally do a
Dude,
co-op.
it sucks.
It's built for co-op.
It sucks that now it's like the 23rd of December and there's
Yeah.
like 2 big games I can play for
Xbox.
Game of the Year
Yeah.
contenders.
Well, yeah, now I fucking want to play Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it's like
Is it? What does it feel like? It looks like it looks legit like jelly.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
what?
Can that be the new bunk?
I now have a head crab and a Metroid. Who would win in a fight?
Oh, it is like fucking gooey. Oh my god. I saw they started doing these like Nintendo collections. They have a giant Link figure too now that's like this tall. It's really cool. Oh, the fucking little claws are articulated. Oh, that's really cool.
Skyliner says Nolan has a Scalebound box.
Dude, I want Scalebound.
Well, now you can play Scalebound, and you can play Scalebound, and hopefully Brad can soon
One
play
day.
Scalebound.
We're holding out hope for a Christmas miracle.
Well, it's not a big deal.
It's the 20th.
Because if I don't get an Xbox, I'm
Dude,
going
I
to play
feel like-
Yakuza 5 and other stuff.
I feel like
that I've been wanting to-
you're probably getting an Xbox.
Well,
You know what, Chris Davis? That was pretty impressive. Not only did you get us cool shit,
so
you made him look like this.
I know, right?
we're not going to spend money.
I thought
on
it was
each other.
gonna be
We're all
like a
gonna
s-
chip and get you something. But he had already planned this thing.
Well,
So-
because he asked me about '90s games a really long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I remember him asking me about them.
I planned this out back in November.
Yeah.
Early November.
Dude, those fucking posters are.
Hyde, what is this?
Oh god, you got him a
What
ball.
is this, Hyde?
Oh, what are you doing? You have no idea what you're starting.
This is part of my plan.
The can of worms you've opened.
Oh my
Oh my,
god.
he's so terrified
so
right now.
ready. He's quivering with anticipation.
Would you like a ball?
Like, I'll take that.
Like a ball? You want to go get ball?
Oh, he wants the ball.
Oh my god, he really wants it.
Does Nancy get a ball?
Of course.
It does kind of fit on my
There's
head.
6 balls.
6 balls. We just destroyed this podcast.
No, I haven't seen Bunk in a while.
He was over in the
Who
corner.
needs
I think he's
bunk?
in
We
the
got
corner.
bunk number 2 now.
No, this is
Wasn't he in
McNulty.
the level?
You just named that after the character in The Wire.
That's what Bunk's named after.
Oh, I thought
He's named after Bunk.
you named him Nick Nolte.
Who is Bunk in The Wire?
Oh my god, you need to watch more Wire.
I've only watched one season.
Bunk is McNulty's best friend.
Oh, that's his name?
Well, that's what they call him, the Bunk.
Uh-oh, we just lost feed.
Or
Alright.
it's because Hyde ripped off the wires trying to get a ball. Oh, screensaver.
I wonder what
He's going to town.
I wonder what the best way to display these will be.
Open them up and play with them.
No, they're gonna be on display in my game room somehow.
It's like he's wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
It is.
Well, now you should try to
Got a
squeeze in Tomb
very
Raider, homie.
well-defined ass.
Dude, I can't fucking squeeze in Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
I
you probably
want to.
now you can play Cuphead and shit.
I want
and
to
what
play
else?
Tomb Raider.
Cuphead. What else we got?
Below.
Sunset
Below.
Overdrive.
But that's
Yeah.
coming to PC. I want to hear some Xbox exclusives.
Scalebound.
Quantum Break in a little while.
Yeah, that's true.
Quantum Break, Scalebound,
Tomb Raider.
Phantom Dust.
One
Shut
day.
up, Brad.
One day. That thing.
Well, hey, if Phantom Dust does come out, now we can all play it together.
It's true.
Now,
Except Nick, he doesn't play multiplayer games.
now Chris and
Oh
Nick
shit.
should
Get hit.
wrap their mouths around those balls and get
Oh yeah.
Go to town on those balls.
Did you get me chocolate oranges because I'm from Florida?
that wasn't.
Because that's kind of racist.
I was just thinking if they were blue, so you'd have a case of blue balls.
Oh, I gotcha.
All right.
So mine were actual balls. Was this the plan from the get-go?
Everybody
do
was
dick
doing
and
something
balls?
different.
A cock and balls.
See the?
Why?
Why don't you play with your cock and balls?
That is cool. That I didn't realize they were articulate when I bought it.
This took a lot.
I just thought it was a
tape,
big,
huh?
big Metroid.
You have no idea. Like each one of those took like 15 minutes. to
Oh
wrap.
god. Oh no, the nutritional information. It's tearing.
And Nick, have some of your soup balls.
What is this?
It's like crispy waffles. Just
Crispy
with, like,
waffles?
It has no
caramel or-
chocolate in it.
But
That's
there's no
what's important.
syrup? Who eats waffles without syrup?
No, it's like eating a
caramel or
waffle
honey.
cone. You ever had ice cream with a waffle
What
cone?
you kind of do sometimes is you have a cup of coffee.
I am
and
hungry.
Then you put them on top of the cup
This
of
is
coffee
kind of
and
to
sauce.
scale. If this is like,
A baby Metroid.
well, or I have my Samus amiibo and it's like a Metroid Prime or something.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Damn it. Now I kind of want to like
How is it?
play with Bunk and Metroid. Baby.
Is it
The baby. We'll call him the
Is it
baby.
They're
syrup?
kind of
Here.
fucking
The
awesome.
baby, the baby, the
Yeah.
baby.
They're not.
What's in the? No, there are. What's?
Can I try a piece of one or?
I
Fucking
have 2 boxes of them.
fucking
else
mama
wants
brain.
Caramel
I would
on
like
top.
to try.
I'll try one.
Oh, which one of these? Caramel?
Oh, they're chewy.
Does anyone want to try some chocolate orange?
Oh, this is
They
the
look kind
honey.
of like a waffle cone.
Nope. Not my box. Not my booster gold box.
Interesting.
What is Hyde doing?
Choking on a ball?
What did you say the other flavor was, Chris Davis?
Caramel.
Yeah, this is caramel. Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, just came out of the honey box.
Oh, is this honey? Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Honey makes more
I can't
sense.
decide between which set of balls you like. He goes and looks at one, and then he suddenly goes and grabs
like
another,
these.
and then keeps going back and forth.
Where are these from?
I got a World Market.
World Market. If you're looking to fill a stocking with some cool ass candy, go to World Market, but
Yeah.
not like a week before Christmas, like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
Dude, this is dense.
You ever had one of those?
I love chocolate
No,
oranges.
Oh
Never-
wow.
They're really good.
No,
I've never had a chocolate
they're-
orange either.
they're,
Really?
like, all over the place
You got
during
slam
Christmas
them.
time.
I've never had a strip ball.
You guys slam it.
Never had what?
You really never had a chocolate orange?
No.
Look what it says on the thing.
Whack and unwrap.
Yeah, you gotta whack it.
Like how?
You gotta slam it down on a hard
Slam it on your
surface.
dick.
Like,
Like go slam it on the tile over there, otherwise it won't come apart.
All right, guys, we need to get back to Oh, God!
That ain't
Holy
hollow chocolate.
shit.
What the fuck?
I heard that.
Holy
That was
shit!
like a baseball. What are you doing?
I gotta call 911 now?
Like it wasn't even a chocolate orange. It was just like a baseball.
God damn it.
Brad did say do it on the tile.
You did notice it was heavy, right?
I thought it would just come apart. I didn't realize it would offer so much resistance.
Did it work?
No.
Why do it on the stool?
Yeah, do it on the stool.
My head.
Don't hit your head on the
Build
stool.
an army says I usually break those against a wall, Crispy. God damn.
I'm not I don't know Bernadette that well.
Yeah.
But I get this vibe from her that she has a really hard time keeping secrets. Is that true or not
yeah,
true?
It is.
Okay. So I was a little worried that she might be going, yeah.
I mean, no, she doesn't do that. It's just sometimes she'll kind of get a little.
By the way, she said she'd be watching.
Oh, hi Bernadette.
she's at work right now. I mean, I guess maybe if she had some downtime, she didn't know exactly what time. Did you text her or something? Or okay. Well then, yeah. But
Sorry, also.
I mean, she should be working.
I think you can't keep secrets.
No, I mean, she didn't let it slip or anything. It's just like I was saying. I
I feel like you can infer things pretty well.
I think I was
though.
talking to y'all that it was either that I thought she might be getting me one for Christmas. Because I was talking to her, I was like, I saw a really good deal and I'm thinking about buying it. And she's like, well, if you want to buy it, then get it. I mean, she didn't ever tell me, like, don't do it.
Oh my god.
That's probably enough, yeah.
That was on your head, Crispy.
You know, in retrospect, it wasn't a good idea. You're right.
Dude. These are like my new favorite thing.
It's a nice little treat. Tasty
Let me guess though, these are probably not good for my cholesterol.
I don't see why they would be bad for your cholesterol.
Well, so far I've had
Maybe don't eat the whole
30
package.
milligrams of cholesterol.
I mean, that's not horrible.
Very good. I'm not offering you one because I know you don't like chocolate.
Thank
I mean,
you. I
don't eat
appreciate it. You're the
1,000
only
of
friend
them.
that remembers that I don't like
I
chocolate.
remember. Just big pieces.
That is true.
Oh, okay,
Nolan
yeah.
and Crispy are the only two that remember. Joel still offers me chocolate from time to time. I'm like, come on, Joel.
Really good.
I also didn't eat dinner, so this is like my dinner.
Merry happy, everybody.
Chris got me barbecue too, guys.
Oh. We've been so nice to each other today.
Hey Chris, how do you
Next
feel
week-
about the Hulk?
Next week,
Yeah.
next week we can go back to being mean to each other. All right.
Ho ho ho.
I don't even know what to do now.
Nah. Fuck it. What else we got to talk about?
That's why I said wait till the end.
I've never had one of these before because I was always like,
Well, you know, this is a nice break. We would have been rushed if we did it at the end.
yeah.
So we should be rushed now on the podcast.
I got to pick family up at the airport at midnight.
I was always
They
worried
got
that,
plenty
like,
of time.
Oh, well, at least they didn't come in earlier than that.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the eating noises, but I'm kind of hungry, therefore eating.
it's happening.
Just go with it. It's my last one.
How did, like, this is from the Nintendo World Store that you can order stuff online? Mm-hmm. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Oops.
Because at first I was looking for like a cool Samus figurine,
Yeah.
but they're really fucking expensive. There are no cheap Samus figurines at all.
Well, this doesn't, I mean, I'm not going to ask, but this thing doesn't seem cheap.
I mean, it wasn't $5.
Yeah.
But it
was
wasn't.
$6.
It wasn't like the $70 that like Samus figurines were going for.
This is really cool. See, this is the kind of shit that, like, when Malia's like, so what do you want for Christmas? Like, I don't think of stuff like this because that's just not how my brain works.
Yeah.
But this is super fucking cool.
Well, it's not the first thing I went for you. I spent like 4 hours. Like Advance Wars.
Okay, fine. You don't make me feel
shit does not exist. Like there is no Advance Wars shit out there besides
I
the
know,
games.
I know. All I've ever seen for Advance Wars stuff is some, like, paper craft stuff.
Yeah,
that
like
you could
paper
do.
stuff, or like I think I saw one person make kind of almost like some stuffed tanks or something. That and then Final Fantasy Tactics, like shit like that doesn't exist either.
Well, I have, except the figurines that are.
the
yeah.
figurines, but those are not
Yeah,
cheap.
mine
You
are-
can buy them still, but they are not cheap.
Someone's missing a top.
Not me. Probably Brad.
On top of what?
The roll tube. Yeah.
Oh, my thing is out of the tube, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang that up tonight.
All right, let's roll.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna hang that up though? I'll just fuck it. It's
On
going
the
in the
ceiling.
living room. Almost done with my Witcher 3 puzzle.
Those maps are gonna look awesome in my game room.
You know what you should do? You should build a racetrack.
For my James Bond cars?
Yeah.
Like a Hot Wheels racetrack.
Yeah, like a Hot Wheels racetrack.
Fuck yeah! All right, we ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got it wrong again.
Yep.
Welcome back from the break, everybody. We opened presents during the break. How is everyone feeling right now?
I'm feeling
Pretty happy.
Cheerful.
filled with Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Davis,
Bursting with Yuletide joy.
Chris Davis really went all out this year.
Yeah.
I didn't expect any of this. He got us all cool posters and shit, and
Onion tanglers.
Gave us all.
and he gave me my new favorite snack, which I don't even know what they're called. Waffle.
Uh-oh.
What?
Stroop waffles?
Stroop waffles, which I didn't know existed.
And now I have Chris Davis's address.
Nolan got Brad a Metroid
This is a
from the
Metroid.
Nintendo World Store, right?
How come Metroid
That's
doesn't
so-
crawl?
Fucking cool.
I don't know. But that's pretty
That's
fucking cool. Nolan also busted out some. I got some cool James Bond collectible Hot Wheels race cars.
I was trying to find you a RC James Bond car, but
I would have just destroyed it.
yeah, the cheapest one I could find
yeah.
was like $90.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Do you know when I was a kid, like RC, like really nice, expensive RC cars were like the only thing in the world that I wanted, and I never really got one.
Mm-hmm.
But was that not just like the coolest shit? Like right? There's like nothing cooler than
I
an
only
awesome
had
art.
one ever RC car.
Yeah.
I only ever had one.
How long did it last?
Quite a while, but it wasn't a car. It was a stormtrooper on a speeder bike.
Hey, that's fucking
Which
cool.
was fucking awesome.
That's
It
cool.
was awesome. I loved the shit out of that thing.
So just to catch everybody up who's listening at home, Chris Davis got us posters like that of things we all like.
Really cool.
He got me the light and the dark world from Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past,
Which is very
1-to-1
cool.
scale, which is cool. Crispy got a map of Westeros.
Well, no, it's
yeah.
it's the whole world.
The
It's
whole
Westeros
world.
and Essos. So
Holy crap!
It's a fucking huge.
It's a big
poster.
map, yeah.
And
I don't know how I'm gonna get this framed.
it's gonna be fun. Brad also got a huge poster for Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
The whole castle.
The entire game map.
That's pretty cool.
It's really fucking cool.
The guys and I grouped together with our powers combined got Nolan an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And Gears of War.
All we could afford was an original Xbox. Oh no, the Xbox One.
So I would say, all in all, this was a pretty awesome Christmas.
This is pretty good.
This is more than
I
I'm gonna get
enjoyed
at home with my family.
Do you think that I mean, it's bound to have happened in the past couple of years that some parent, misinformed parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle, tracked down an original Xbox and got that for someone.
Sure, that happened.
When they were
Possibly.
wanting an Xbox One.
Dude,
That's happened, right?
If I've learned anything about parents, a lot of them just don't even know what a video game is.
Well, speaking of original Xboxes, I went by the Container store the other day because I was looking for a container.
That's a great store.
And they had, like stores will have like those mock displays, kind of like examples of how you could use our product. And there was a display with all these like books and DVDs and 2 original Xbox controllers. But they weren't fake controllers. They were like real controllers that they cut the wires off and stuck them in this display unit. And I was like, that seems like a waste. Like, I don't know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I took a picture of them because
How
at
would
first
you do that?
I walked up to them like, you see, they have like fake controllers, like
Snooty ass.
IKEA has like fake consoles and controllers and shit hooked up to their fake TVs.
Yeah.
I thought it was something like that, but no, apparently they just had real controllers.
That's weird.
Horrible.
Of course, I'm sorry. I got a little ahead of myself because I was sitting here. We just opened physical presents. I forgot to give a shout out to Chai Tai, who lovingly sent us all wonderful book titles, which I think I'm
Taken
gonna
by the Orc King.
Erotic fan fiction for everybody.
He got us all erotic fan fiction. I'll go ahead and read them out loud since we weren't recording when I did this before. He got me Pounded by the Plesiosaurus, or Pounded by a Plesiosaurus. He got Brad Taken by the Orc King. He got Crispy The Dark Knight's Boner Rises. He got Chris Davis. This is the one I'm probably the most curious about. He got Chris Davis a book called Meow.
I have a feeling I know what that's
That is
about.
a book, right? He didn't get him a cat or something, right?
I'm sure that's innocent.
He got Nolan a book called Pounded in the Butt by My Book, Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt.
That's got to be like in a series, right?
Maybe.
Probably.
I'm kind of curious
I would
about
hope
Pounded in My Butt by My Own butt.
Yeah, I am too. I'm gonna read that.
I love how we should all read portions of these at least. Like, I don't know if I can commit to reading the whole thing.
I'm gonna start every broadcast with
My
another
selfie
chapter.
Another segment.
My Metroid selfie looks kind of lame with the green background. So.
Well, you could always take a selfie later. And Chai Tai can confirm that it is Pounded in My Butt by My Own Book is actually a series.
There you go.
Well, I'm guessing, yeah, Pounded in My Butt by My Own Butt is probably their bestseller. This is sort of just like the meta sequel, the one that he got.
Exactly. Anyways, so Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you,
Hey, Nick,
you guys.
what is a game I can play on my Xbox One?
Way to put me on the spot.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Or in the blind for it. Oh! I was like, way to put me on the spot, Nolan.
Tomb Raider?
You could play Halo 5,
Oh, how's
Halo
that game?
five.
which is a game that I finally got around to starting like 2 days ago, and then immediately went back to Ori and the Blind Forest, but not because I wasn't enjoying Halo 5. I am. And I tend to fall into this weird camp of people who really enjoyed Halo 4. Mm-hmm. Like, really, really enjoyed Halo 4.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is kind of an extension of that. I think a lot of people get, a lot of Halo fans especially, and rightfully so, get bogged down in not bogged down, but like they have an attention to like the one-to-one feel of controlling Master Chief and like how it feels as a shooter. And I'm not really so much into that. For me, it's just about, is the game fun? Does it put you in fun scenarios? Does the shooting feel good? And I think it still feels really good here. And I'll tell you what, the opening sequence, like the opening cutscene in this game is like super fucking cool.
Really?
Like really. Like,
Wait, is it the one with Spartan Locke and his team, and they do that weird like run down the hill shooting everything?
Like, it's so dumb, but it's also like
It is very dumb.
it is very dumb, but at the same time it's like also like way more like thrilling of a event than just about anything in some of the older Halo games, I feel like. But I don't know. I've only played like 2 missions of the game so far, and like for me, going into this, like the one thing that I've wanted to know more than anything, and that I've cared more about than anything, is whether or not they're going to continue that story of Master Chief and Cortana, because that was what.
You are obsessed with that girl.
That story, like that story, that relationship in Halo 4 is what made me interested in Halo. To be totally honest, like it was.
And that's fine. That being interested in a game because of a relationship between two characters is a fine reason to be interested in a game.
A really cool relationship, and it's a really cool dynamic, especially considering one of them is technically not real.
Dude, I mean,
It's real. She's real to Master Chief.
Exactly.
you know, honestly, I probably, you know, now that we all have Xboxes and can actually play this,
Hey,
I do
stop
want to.
Okay.
You'll get one, Brad. You'll get one.
Don't say
I
that.
believe it. I believe it. Anyway, the one thing that's kind of like making me interested in this game is that it actually has all of Blue Team in it for the first time ever. Which I was one of those fucking nerds that read like Fall of Reach and like the first like 4 or 5 Halo books. So like Fred and Linda and Kelly are like characters I've always wanted to see in the game, and now they're here, and that's kind of cool. But I'm
pretty sure Chris Davis is in the same boat too. That's what he's been trying to pitch me on.
I heard that they
forever.
don't feature quite as much Blue Team and like Master Chief and his guys as they do.
Well,
Spartan
from the
Locke.
from the get go, like the marketing in this game was mostly centered around Locke and his team. He's on a mission to hunt down. Well, I'm assuming he eventually gets put on a mission. I haven't gotten that far yet, but he eventually gets put on a mission to track down Master Chief, who is, I guess, presumed to be a war criminal or something. I'm not really sure what the scenario is there. I'm still really early. I've only played 2 missions, but it still feels like a really solid like shoot. Like I feel like the shooting in this game is just as good as any other Halo game. I'm probably gonna get skewered for saying that because a lot of people, like there are a lot of Halo purists out there, would probably violently disagree with me. But I don't know. It's good. There's really I don't want to spend a lot of time talking because there's really not a lot I can say yet because I've really only played probably like an hour and a half.
Have you enjoyed the hour and a half you played?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's weird because they thrust you into this like firefight, and there's Covenant, and then there's the oh God, what are they called? The
Like the Forerunner people?
Forerunners. Thank you.
Prometheans?
Like they throw you into the scenario where you're running into a battle between Covenant and Forerunners, and there's just fucking dudes everywhere. It's already getting super chaotic. And I made the mistake of I think of playing it on heroic because I was like, if it gets too crazy, I'll just knock it down. I don't think you can knock.
What was that?
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Their little oxygen tank, or
you hit the
methane
oxygen
tank.
yeah.
It's
the tank.
Their
yeah.
methane tank.
Freak out.
That's frightening. But yeah, like it was the beginning of this game is super clusterfucky because there's just so many different kinds of enemies on screen. But you know, one thing else too, like I recently played Halo 2 in the Master Chief Collection, and maybe maybe once I see more of the cutscenes, it'll feel different. But like they had blur to the story cutscenes in Master Chief Collection, and holy god, those are still they're still easily the most gorgeous cutscenes I've ever seen in a video game.
That's awesome.
Ever. And I don't think they use blur for these. I could be wrong, but there's definitely a disparity there between what we saw in Master Chief Collection and this. But the game still looks great, plays great, feels like a Halo game. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to keep playing it because this is a game I want to play and finish before the end of the year. So, I gotta play Fallout 2. What the fuck?
Dude,
So that's the thing. I was complaining about it earlier, but I don't even think I took my own advice with the number of games we were getting this year. And the thing that sucks is it looks like next year's going to be even fucking worse. It's going to be so bad because we're getting so many good games.
Maybe they'll just space it out better next year.
Well, we're already seeing some stuff get delayed and pushed back.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about in a second. There's one. What the fuck was I gonna say?
You're gonna say, is the battle rifle plasma pistol combo still OP?
See, I don't even
I don't know
know.
what that
I don't
means.
even know enough about that aspect of Halo to really comment on it.
You charge the plasma pistol, run around,
I don't-
pop someone with it,
I-
and then switch
pop
to your
your
battle
honestly-
rifle. Pop them with the battle rifle. They're done.
honestly, when it comes to Halo, I really have always kind of disliked the plasma guns. I've always just usually
they're
gravitated back towards
'cause you
using
don't-
regular firearms.
you never played much of multiplayer, have you?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say a
'Cause,
lot.
Like
no.
the plasma pistol in multiplayer has fucking always been one of the go-to OP weapons because it can pop someone's shield in one charge.
Yeah, it's. I've never really spent an inordinate amount of time in the multiplayer.
That's good
So,
to know.
There you go.
but
Now that you have an Xbox.
great. Never playing Halo with Nolan.
You like Halo, Nolan?
So I didn't have an Xbox. I never had an Xbox. My first Microsoft console, besides a computer, was an Xbox 360, 3 years after they'd already been out.
Yeah.
So I never played Halo. The first Halo game I ever played was
ODST?
I think ODST.
Oh, wow.
I think I played that with David. Me and David like poop socked that.
So you
one
just
night.
skipped the original trilogy?
Yep. I haven't played any. I've played a smidge of the original Halo because I think it did come out on PC.
Maybe you should go back and play the Master Chief Collection.
I now have the ability to.
You know, Halo is. I think Halo is a good palate cleanser, especially in a year like this when there are so many super dense games. Like this really is a game that doesn't involve. I don't want to. That almost sounds like a negative. Like I don't want to make it sound like it doesn't require
involve a whole
thinking.
lot of thought. Yeah,
I mean,
that's fun, but that's fine. There are plenty of games that are fun that you don't need to think about when you're playing.
because
them.
goddamn, there's so many like just super dense games this year, and it feels kind of good to go back and play something that's not super involved.
That was interesting.
Yeah, like they do actually some cool things, like environmentally, like you know, a lot of it's just transition from one
one
battle
area
to another, but like
yeah.
they make it feel a little bit more than just walk through this door and suddenly it's another fight. Like there's a lot of like that scene right there where he busted through a grate and slid down a wall, and like that's all organic. It's happening in game, so you can like slide down if you want, jump off that, and like just go into the fight like from you know from the air, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's cool. Shooting still feels good. I like shooting Covenant. I'll leave it at that.
So, related to Halo,
Duh.
I suddenly... Okay, so if my girlfriend gets me an Xbox, maybe for Christmas,
Maybe.
I feel bad if she got me Halo as well.
Wait, Brad.
Because a Halo
I have
commercial-
another surprise.
Shut up. Because a Halo commercial came on, and she was like, "Are you gonna play that?" And I was like, no.
Oh,
That would be bad. Yeah.
Because there was this other thing where she was like, I was out and about, and she's like, "Oh, can you get me some peppermint bark?" And I was like,
I like peppermint bark.
and I'm like, okay. And she's like, but not the Ghirardelli one, because I don't like that one.
Ghirardelli?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I guess you're not going to like the one in your stocking. It's like hard to find peppermint bark. And I was like, whatever. And then she's like, it's okay. I got you something you don't want either.
What, Halo?
I don't know.
A PS4?
I mean, the thing is, I do like Halo. I played 1, 2, 3, Reach, and ODST to completion.
You must like it to a degree.
Well, I mean, Halo 2 is still my most played multiplayer shooter ever. I put it in my top 25 games of all time. Remember when we went all the way up to 25, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Halo at one point in my life.
We're going to get back on
But
that
if I
train, by the
told
way.
her that, she'd be like, yeah, whatever. No, you hate Halo. I'm a jerk. Thanks for making me feel bad.
She probably took it back and got you something else.
Well, you know, I mean, whatever.
Whatever, man. Don't worry about it. Xbox.
That's all I have to say about Halo.
Yep.
All right. So that's it for games. Let's do some news.
News.
And then we got some viewer questions. We'll wrap up the show with the viewer questions and whatnot. So what do we got? What's happening this week in the news? It's been not as crazy as it was the week prior, but I know there's some stuff. While y'all looking y'all's up,
I'm not looking. I'm
oh, wait.
getting.
I'll just mention mine real quick. There's not a lot to say about it, but I am pretty stoked. Next month, is it next month that The Witness comes out?
Yes.
Witness-
January 26th or something.
January 26th, coming next month, and it's looking pretty good. Like they're in talks, and they're looking like it's pretty likely that The Witness is also going to get a physical retail release.
At launch?
Not at launch. Not at launch.
Well, so you're going to hold out?
Well, I mean, it depends what my January is looking like.
They're gonna do like what Talos Principle did.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, like when I think about it, like I like the Talos Principle so much that I bought it a second time on a disc just because I wanted to have that.
Oh, you bought that?
Yeah, totally. I have it on PS4.
That's cool.
That game is so good, and like if I play The Witness and love it, like, there's no reason, especially if they launch it and it's like reduced price. Like if they sell The Witness on like, retail for like $20 or $30 or something.
Oh
like
wow,
that,
that'd be crazy.
that would be great.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling I probably won't hold out because I am pretty excited about The Witness
Witness.
because Braid was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Witness just looks cool.
It does.
I have
So
a
did
news
Braid.
topic.
What's that, Brad?
It's one I meant to bring up last week. I want to bring it up not because it affects too much of you here in the room, but I thought it was kind of interesting for a couple reasons. They announced Akuma for Tekken 7, which is a mainline Tekken game.
Akuma's from Street Fighter.
Akuma's from Street
I
Fighter.
knew that.
I was about to say that. I was like,
I
wait a
didn't.
second.
Wait, isn't Akuma?
He's like the evil evil Ken and Ryu that can shoot fireballs from the air.
Yeah, he's like big and tan.
He
and
wears
he has
that
like red
necklace
hair.
with the really big beads.
Yeah, the big
Exactly.
balls. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like a butt thing.
He's awesome.
Akuma.
He's awesome. I want to bring it up for a couple reasons. One, he's actually directly tied to the story of Heihachi in his past. Like, it is now... Akuma is now in the Tekken canon.
Interesting.
So those universes are now directly connected.
But isn't this right after they have? Didn't they just kind of abandon one of the crossovers?
So
They were gonna do Tekken cross Street
that's the other
Fighter?
reason I wanted to bring this up. Does this mean Tekken vs Street Fighter is dead? Because when they originally announced Street Fighter vs Tekken and Tekken vs Street Fighter, it was going to be a crossover game made by Capcom,
Correct.
and then a crossover game made by Namco. And the Namco one we knew was going to come much later. Street Fighter 1 came out, it was fine. I know the fighting game community didn't embrace it as much, but Tekken vs Street Fighter was kind of exciting because they've never. Tekken. Any 3D fighter has never really pulled off like projectiles and stuff very well, and you were always kind of curious as to how that was going to work. Now, Akuma in Tekken could just be like, them kind of scrapping together what they had and throwing him in there.
Hopefully that's not the case.
Hopefully it's not the case because I think
Because he's
crossover games are just cool.
He's a big projectile character.
Well, yeah.
Because he does like the fucking
Fireballs.
Hadouken and shit.
Yeah, he does Hadoukens in the air as well. Which they've had characters in Tekken that have shot like projectiles before, but they're just like, they're terrible. No one would ever use them to actually fight someone who even remotely knows what they're doing because they're really easy to duck or sidestep. So I'm curious as to how this is going to be implemented and stuff, but yeah, he is directly related to the story of like Heihachi in his past. He's like Heihachi's wife or some shit like made a pact with Akuma to like kill Heihachi or something. It's fucking crazy. There's like a story trailer out there, and they are now directly connected because this is not a spin-off Tekken game. This is a mainline Tekken game. So
Interesting.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
Wait, is Tekken 7 out yet?
It's out in arcades or in Japan, I believe.
Okay.
But they've also showed footage of screenshots or footage of the PS4 version, and they've actually done like a big graphical overhaul. Not just an overhaul, but it's stylized in a weird way. Like it's got these weird muted tones. I don't know how to describe it, but they're definitely going. Like, I haven't seen this since the original Tekken Tag Tournament, where that was a launch PS2 game, and it actually looked quite a bit different than the arcade version, which I spent years of my life playing in the arcades. But again, Tekken news, Street Fighter news, not super exciting for you guys.
Nope.
But I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
Cool. Well, interesting to say the least.
Yeah. So one of my topic, or I guess the topic was Julian, I believe Merceron. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The lead developer for the Fox engine
From Konami.
from Kojima Productions. The lead developer of this amazing engine.
Yeah.
Got a new job
At?
at Bandai Namco.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he
Wait.
leave
Yeah.
Konami, or did
Yeah.
they fire him?
I don't know.
I have a feeling he's probably one of the ones that jumped ship.
Yeah,
with
I believe
Kojima.
he's one of the ones that when Kojima was leaving, he was one of the ones that was
Packed
like, "Oh
it in.
fuck it, I'm out then."
Yeah.
But I mean, he was like the tech guy. I mean, he was the
Yes.
guy responsible for the
Yes.
Fox engine.
Correct. He is the one that the lead.
Does that
behind
mean he
creating this
took the
engine.
Fox engine with him?
No.
No,
of course not.
That's Konami owns it.
Yeah, sorry, Konami owns the Fox engine, but his new position at Bandai Namco is going to be developing a new engine for them.
Well, good. Hopefully, we have a nice new looking Tales game because those games have been looking kind of samey.
What about a nice new looking
Souls game.
Dark Souls game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because those games look great, but
They-
they haven't had a dramatic change in style,
so
like visual
maybe
style.
that. Yeah, I doubt the next one or the one after that might be a couple of years. Developing an engine is not a overnight
no,
thing.
definitely not.
I mean,
but
I'll say this
it's
about the
exciting.
Fox
Yeah.
engine, man. Like, going back to Metal Gear, like, you forget like how good that game looks and how smooth it is at 60 frames a second in an era of like, I feel like the past couple of years with these consoles, you got The Witcher, you got Fallout, you got Bloodborne. All those games are
So
like barely holding
that's
together.
what I'm saying,
in terms
like,
of frame rate.
All of the newer games on these new, like, fucking look at like The Order.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many games that came out that just completely underutilized the consoles.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh well, it's a new console, and then
But
the Fox
order,
engine shows up. Well, I know.
the thing is, but the order looks amazing.
It does
but
look, but I mean,
they
it's also
sacrifice
very
so
limited.
much. They sacrifice so much interactivity.
And then you
to
have
get
the
that
Fox
frame rate.
engine that looks fucking amazing. It plays amazing. It's just it's incredible what they were able to do with it.
It was 60 frames a second.
Exactly. Crispy?
Well, my news topic is, hey, you guys know Uncharted, right?
Oh yeah.
I like that game.
Uncharted 4. Well, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
When was it going to come out anyways?
March 11th.
Yeah.
Uncharted
Oh,
4
wow,
got pushed
yeah.
back
So a
a
little
month
over a
and
month.
change.
Yeah.
So it's April now, right?
April 26th for Uncharted 4.
That's
Dude, I'm fine with that, honestly.
Yeah,
Dude,
March
I'm
is always-
fine with it.
But I think that pushes it into the same month as Dark Souls.
No, that's
it-
March.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's April.
April.
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck.
the problem is, it was coming off the fucking trails of, like, XCOM 2
Yeah,
and
yeah,
plenty of
yeah.
other games.
Was Dark Souls delayed recently?
It was a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
while ago.
But see, March is always really packed, and April's always usually pretty light. So
Yeah.
I guess this
God,
is
I gotta
probably
jump
a
back
good
on
point.
that.
27th? Is it the 27th?
As soon as we get
Yeah,
our top 10
27th.
list out of the way, I'm jumping
It was
right
March
back into Dark
11th, and it
Souls.
got pushed back to the 27th
I wish you
of
luck.
April.
I might need some coaching
For what?
to get me back into Dark Souls because I had to take that. I had to take a break to get through all the shit. But like, as soon as we get our top 10 list done and out the door, I think I'm jumping straight back into Dark Souls because I want to get through at least one of them before Dark Souls 3
I
comes
guess
out.
the positive of Uncharted is it's not going to be 40, 50 hours.
That's true.
You know, yeah, it's got pushed back, but that's going to be, what, like a 30-hour tops game, if even?
Yeah.
Yeah, even then, I think that might be. I think the
love
last ones I finished were like 20 to 25 hours.
Well, I mean, the first one's like 8 hours, and the second one was like 13, and the third one was like 20-something, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one was a little longer.
yeah. Either way, it's exciting. I mean, a 5-week delay isn't crazy.
No, it's not.
It's
and I understand they even put out a statement. They were like, "Look, you know, we're working on this game. We want it to be the best game possible. So we want to."
But let's not kid ourselves.
Assuming this is the last pushback.
we're
Yeah.
not going to have. It's not like we're going to have a shortage of games to be playing during
Yeah.
that time period.
Definitely not.
Early next year is already looking insane.
Yep.
Insane.
Yep.
It's never going to
Not
stop.
to mention all the games that I didn't get to play in 2015.
Yep.
It's never going to stop.
We're
We're just going to play games until we die.
This train's going to keep on rolling. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
pretty
it's
much
gonna
we're
keep
doomed.
going.
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
So, anyways, that's the news for the week. Let's go ahead and this podcast is going a little long. So let's go ahead and roll right into community.
The community.
Community.
All right, guys, it's time for the community. This is the best part of the show because it's all about you, our
Me?
community.
Woo.
No, not you, them.
Me? Not you.
Not you, them.
Me.
No, them. The
Hi?
ones I'm pointing to.
They.
So we have one
The
new.
one that I'm pointing to.
We have one new patron this week, who actually, I believe,
These are from today.
from today.
Yep.
Damien
Get it
is a
in.
new patron.
Damien,
So,
that's
yep.
a pretty cool name.
Yep.
That is a cool name.
We appreciate you, Damien.
Thank you, Damien.
It is still December, which means our supporter of the month is still Dante or Green Sub 1995.
Yep.
I don't think his game's been played at all this
No,
month.
but y'all
I'm
have
not gonna
got it
lie.
emulated, right?
The reason I hadn't been playing is because I own it, but I had lent it to my little brother, and I thought I was going to get it back before. I guess I technically am going to get it back on Friday because I'm going to my dad's house, and so I can seal it back. But I'm casting Thursday, so I just fucking in 20 minutes I think I got an emulator running of the game.
I was surprised how quick.
And so I'm during my cast this Thursday, I'm going to be playing some, and I just kind of booted it up just to kind of make sure it would run
That's
well.
a good game.
And I forgot how fucking fun that game is.
Yeah.
I only played it for 10 minutes, and I'm like, God damn it, I love this game.
Yeah.
It is so fucking
It is impossible to not
delightful
smile.
and it's just fun.
The music.
That is a great game to drink to.
So I'm excited to play that. But yeah, so let's get to questions.
We do have questions.
We have a lot of questions from our patrons.
This is the first week I have not screened these questions.
Yeah,
I haven't had time.
so
We're going in blind.
we're gonna try and answer as many of them as we can.
Take it deep.
In the shorter amount of time.
Why is it?
All right, so Alana asks, it's a very long question with a very simple question to it. She admits Star Wars Force Awakens was not the train wreck she thought it was going to be.
She was the one a few weeks ago who said, "How do you feel about Disney ruining Star Wars?" And I
Yeah.
almost wanted to just fucking just
Beat her up. You want to
I wanted
beat her
to
up?
beat her up.
So she
Brad.
remembers as a kid
Wanted
playing
to
the
hit a
original
woman.
Star Wars on PC with her dad and sister. What is your favorite Star Wars game, and what is the best memory about it?
Ooh.
So my fondest memory, personally, was Super Star Wars. I believe Empire Strikes Back. Super Empire Strikes Back, I think, was the one I had. I can't remember. I had a fucking old CRT like cabinet. You know, like one of the fucking, like, where the TV was more of a piece of furniture than it was a TV.
Yeah.
That was my first TV when I was a kid. With the fucking knobs and shit. And I played so much Super Star Wars on that. And it was, when I finally was able to defeat Vader, when you're fighting him at, wherever's that room you fight him in. I guess on the Death Star. I can't remember.
It's probably the Death Star.
No, in Cloud City. It's in Cloud City. In front of, like, the big window and stuff.
Yes.
Like, finally...
Super Empire
Yeah,
Strikes
Super Empire
Back.
Strikes Back. Finally defeating him, like, just fulfilled me with so much fucking joy. And I just remember that vividly.
You know, I played Super Return of the Jedi. I wouldn't call that my fondest memory, but I did play that and I liked it. Sorry, you go ahead, Crispy.
Oh, I'm sorry. My favorite Star Wars game is Dark Forces 3, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Okay, don't call that Dark Forces 3. No one does that.
I'm sorry. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. That game is fucking tits. I used to put so many hours in that game. Also, the first game I ever modded. I got really mod crazy on that game.
I'm going to go ahead and suggest it right now. May of 2017. Star Wars month on the feed. Nothing but Star Wars games.
May the 4th.
Wait, what? What month?
May 2017 when episode 8 comes
That's
out.
far enough in the future. I can talk you out of it.
Maybe Star Wars Week?
Yeah, Star Wars Week.
A month is a lot
we
of
did
Star
that-
Wars.
we
Okay,
did that-
fine. Whatever, jerks.
My favorite... I didn't answer.
Maybe we could do a Project M Star Wars game. Neither have I.
My favorite Star Wars game is Mountain Blade, the Star Wars mod.
Yeah.
Or I'd say realistically, probably the original Dark Forces. I have very fond memories of that. That was the year I got my PlayStation. That was the first game I got for my PlayStation because I wouldn't shut up about wanting an N64 and Shadows of the Empire. But that was the Christmas where it was impossible to find one. So my parents got me a PlayStation and Dark Forces, and it turns out that I love Dark Forces. It was a lot like Doom, which I had already loved. So
All right. Which I played a little bit of that during 96 month, and that was pretty cool. Fondest memory, if you ask me just like nostalgically, what's my fondest memory? I would have to tell you Shadows of the Empire on the N64.
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day, back when we first started podcasting, one of the first things I ever did with David when we were podcasting is we popped in Shadows of the Empire and we played that and then recorded a podcast
that
about
game
it.
doesn't.
And that game, keep in mind, I did, this was back in 2007 when
Yeah.
we first started doing this. That game does not hold up, even by 2007 standards. I can't
even a
even
little.
imagine what it would be like to try and play that now.
Yeah.
No one said
But
KOTOR.
if you think about, thanks for stealing my thunder.
Oh,
KOTOR
stolen.
is actually probably my favorite Star Wars game, and probably because that's it's an RPG, and through it expands the universe. It touches on a lot of the expanded universe stuff. It doesn't really deal with any of the stuff directly related to
KOTOR was cool.
the Star Wars trilogy. It's a great game.
And it's still canon.
It's still canon, and it's still
All right, hurry up. We
you
got a lot
can
of
still
questions.
play that game, and it's still good.
We're talking about Star Wars.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Hurry up. Dark Path. All right, questions about Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I've noticed you guys, along with everyone else, myself included, is having trouble getting over the hurdle of the first 10 or so hours. What are some other games you've played and have either had a slow or terrible start or given you a bad first impression, but later on became an all-time favorite, possibly?
Mountain Blade is one of them.
Slow start.
The first, forever of Final Fantasy Tactics just was kicking my ass. But by the time I finished it, I was
I feel like the ultimate answer for
really
this,
taken with it.
I feel like the ultimate answer for me would be, this is a cop-out answer, I guess, but Final Fantasy 13, I literally had to play an entire game before I got to the content in that series that I really liked.
Persona 3 has a really fucking slow start.
It does. It
To
does.
the point where when I first bought it, I
I'm
fell
thinking of
asleep
4.
playing.
4 has a slow
I mean, they
start,
both have slow starts, but I mean, that was the game where I fell asleep 3 times, and then I finally was able to wake myself up, and then I played for 12 hours straight. That's a great game.
Yep.
Oh,
If I think of anything else, I'll try.
Suikoden 3 has a slow start, but that game is really good.
that was from James S.
Thanks, James.
Thank you,
Spader.
James.
From Michael B, do you have a DLC you wish existed for a game but doesn't? Cosmetic or an expansion. Mine is a prequel to Dishonored, where you don't have any magic abilities and we learn more of Corvo's backstory.
But that game got plenty of DLC.
I mean, he's saying, but that
he-
DLC doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about a specific DLC, kind of like
Oh, man.
they want to see more of a game.
This is a good question.
I don't think Red Dead Redemption didn't have any DLC,
yeah,
did
it
it?
did.
It had
Did-
the fucking zombie.
I mean, besides...
Undead Nightmare was
Undead
awesome.
But I don't really consider... I feel like that's kind of a side thing, because it's not really...
yeah, it's
like,
like
if
you
you
mean
wanna-
the way DLC
If
should
you want
be
to
done.
think... Sure. Not saying it was not great, but I'm saying, like...
like more of Marsden's backstory, maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Or
consider that
in the future. What? Oh, I guess-
canon of,
yeah.
like, the Red Dead Redemption
Spoilers.
story.
Yeah.
But, like... I feel like maybe that game ended on such a great note that maybe it just wasn't really,
Necessary.
necessary.
That's a really, really good question. I would like to see DLC.
For Smash Brothers.
Yeah, give
The
me
thing
some
is,
advanced
I don't
Wars
think
DLC
DLC
for
needs
Smash
to
Brothers.
exist for every fucking game out there, but like the Souls franchise is a series that I think is just ripe with opportunities for expansions, and that's why you get expansions.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the soul, like the soul stories, there's always so much that they could expand upon and don't. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
And it's built in such a way that you can literally add any new element of lore to that story without it feeling.
and then just be like, oh yeah, that was always there. Like, that was always part
no
of
one's
the story.
gonna know the
Yeah,
difference.
no one's
I
gonna
want-
fact check them.
I want Witcher 3 DLC, where it's when Sirius first.
Don't you fucking steal my thunder, man.
Is that your thunder?
That's what you
My
get. Brad.
thunder.
That's what you get for stealing my
when
thunder.
Ciri is first introduced to Geralt, and when she's spending her first time at Kaer Morhen,
Yeah,
she's being
there's some
trained and
flashbacks.
stuff.
Well,
We only got a small
that's
glimpse
different
of
than
that.
when I said. The reason my thing wouldn't technically work as DLC because I think it should be a whole game or an arc of games, and that follows the story of Ciri through like the last couple of Witcher books.
Well, I haven't read those. So
She's
I can't-
going
I
from
can't
little
talk
girl
them.
to what she is in the
to
game.
busty woman. All right. Any other? Anything else? Move on. Next question. You don't have to have an answer. It's okay.
Another Final Fantasy Tactics expansion.
Burnsy asks, with the holidays upon us, I thought an appropriate question would be about horrific childhood injuries. Have you had some sort of serious injury in the past that has a small story of how it happened?
Nope.
Example for me, stupid 4-year-old me broke up 2 dogs playing with one another
Ooh.
and mauled the shit out of my head. Stupid 8-year-old me had a basketball-sized rock crush one of his feet when trying to find turtles in a small pond.
I think I escaped childhood with relatively no major injuries. The funniest thing I think of is I got
Were you not outdoorsy when you were a kid?
He played video games.
I mean, I played video games, but I also played a lot outside.
I played a lot outside. Like I had a nasty skateboard accident once, and I never skateboarded again.
I never
after that.
skateboarded.
I also at Joel's like 12th or 13th birthday party or something, I got shot directly in the forehead at point blank range with a BB gun.
Nice.
Like the end of the gun was like right here,
Oh,
like
wow.
maybe 6 or 7 inches from my face.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. It actually did. Yeah, it hurt. The kid actually thought he killed me. It was like some young kid, but he thought it was like one of those like cock guns.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a BB gun. He ran and hid, curled up under a truck, and I had to.
And you
Oh,
dragged,
well,
you
yeah,
dragged
dragged him out and
beat his
shot him.
ass.
No,
well,
I
at
had-
least he did the right thing.
No, we had to go find him. I had to like get down and be like, I'm okay. I'm alive. He was terrified.
Were you bleeding?
Yeah, it actually
Well,
split, it
obviously.
split my forehead
And then
open.
he's like, oh my god!
It split my forehead open, and there's just, I mean, it was, the BB gun's not that strong, but it definitely broke skin. Also, I hit my head on a giant mermaid tit at Slitterbond. I got a bump about like 2 inches off my
A mermaid tit.
Yeah, I was trying to swim against the current.
You were trying to suckle it.
Yes, I was trying to swim against the current at Slitterbond, which is a water park we have here.
Yep.
And
the
I was
hottest, coolest
and
town in Texas.
I went underwater and I came up like a salmon, and I jumped out of the water, and I didn't realize how close I was to the wall, and the wall was decorated with these big ornate like mermaids, and I hit my forehead right on the tip of her tit, and I had a bump probably about an inch off my head, like sticking
Yeah.
straight the fuck out.
It's crazy how big bumps like that can get.
Oh god, it was scary, but also pretty hilarious.
I've got one,
Quickly.
but it's gonna make me sick.
A Murtit.
Do it.
So when I was a kid,
I'm pretty squeamish. Should I cover my ears?
I was in Boy Scouts, and we did a lot of camping, and my dad always wanted to go camping with me, but like he had a bad back, so he finally decided he was going to buy this cot. So he bought this like folding Coleman's cot, and it was kind of cool. It had like one of those backs that could like, you know, adjust up and down, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. We set it up, and I was like messing with it, and I was laying on it, and I went to like lay it down while I was sitting on it, and it's one of those like lawn chair type ones, so like I laid it down and I fell back and my finger was right in the hinge, and the whole thing clamped down on my finger and just broke the fuck out of my finger. And that is like, to this day, I think the single most painful thing that's ever happened to me, and like I'm getting a little queasy just thinking about it.
Oh, God.
I haven't had too many like bad injuries in my life, and like I don't deal well with pain. But that was
It's
terrible.
okay, Brad. It wasn't that bad.
All right, quickly.
I'm really
When I was 3 years old, apparently I was running around a Christmas tree like place or whatever, and
Way to bring it back to Christmas.
and I fell, and my mouth hit like a Christmas tree stand, and like just like fucked up my mouth. Apparently I had to get stitches. I don't remember it. I've just been told about it. Within 2 years, I got bashed in the forehead multiple times. Had to get stitches in my forehead. When I was 12 or 13, I was riding my bike. You know, kids do like wheelies and shit like that. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was just riding straight, and the handlebars popped out.
the bike decided to do a
Yeah,
wheelie
the
without
bike
you.
was like, fuck it. And the handlebars just popped out. And I went for a good 10 feet just holding the handlebars, and then I fell over.
Your bike did a sitcom bit on you.
Broke my hand. My fifth metacarpal. Tarsal's the feet. Metacarpal. And then one time when I was in high school, like I think I was young, I did, you know, like sometimes you jump up and like hit the door frame or whatever. And I like jumped up and I went to kick the door open, but it was like one of those hinges on the door, the hydraulic things, and it like crushed my hand. It didn't break or anything. It was pretty painful. But
hey, remember that time at E3 we were running to get to the EA press conference? And we were literally running, and I stepped off the curb, and I had one of those moments where you like step down off a curb wrong, and you feel like it's like jolt, like it's a jolt.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit! And I was kind of like limping for like an hour. I was like, that was just weird. It felt like getting like hit in the funny bone, but it never went away. I had to have surgery on my knee for that.
oh wow,
Dude,
I ripped my.
I had one like that too.
I tore my meniscus.
I had one like that too, so my foot went into a storm drain, like a really big storm drain, and just twisted the fuck out of it. And it hurt so much that I was like walking around just being like, I'm okay. And then I fucking just passed out. And as I was passing out, I hit my head on a car door and then onto the concrete ground.
nice.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was a bad one. That happened like 3 years ago.
wow.
That Best Buy up in
These
Round
are
Rock.
kid stories, not recent. And then like 90% of my teeth are fucking all chipped from just bashing things.
90% of my teeth, not
Like
real.
I'm playing hide and seek with a kid, and he decided to be stealthy, and so he wore all black, and it worked because I couldn't see him, and I fucking ran right into him and like chipping my teeth in the pool, and you know all my teeth are
Man.
chipped. All right, from Equinoxinator, what is the most sophomoric response you have received after asking how someone is doing? I remember asking someone how he was, and he told me he was bonerific.
I don't know if I can
that's a
remember
weird
a
question.
specific example
Yeah.
of this. Oh man.
Wait, what was the question?
What's the most sophomoric response you've ever had when you ask someone how they were doing? I would have to. I don't remember details like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do
Kind
it.
of fuck you, that's how.
Yeah, I've gotten fuck yous before.
Really?
Yeah.
What did y'all do?
Retail?
Fuck you.
Oh yeah. I
How's
guess.
your penis?
All right, next Nexus. What franchise would you like to see playable as a portable game, and how would you envision the gameplay being like?
Oh.
Man, it'd be really
Gameplay to be
cool
like.
if they did a portable Batman Arkham game. I could see it being kind of like a Metroidvania or something like that.
God damn it, Crispy.
Just joking.
Wait, what series would we like to go portable?
Yeah.
Metal Gear. I want it to be Metal Gear Acid 3. Can we get that?
That would be nice.
Or can I just get a Final Fantasy Tactics 2? Not Advance 2. Final Fantasy Tactics 2. I'll settle for like a Vita game or something because I know it's not realistic to get one of those on a console. It's just what the fuck. I mean, there's so much love for Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, there is.
You think they would make another one?
You know, I don't really have a specific answer of a game or a franchise, but I always really wanted to see what would happen if Microsoft decided to make a handheld, and they never did. I don't know.
Like a handheld device?
Like a
They'd be
portable
fucked.
Xbox
Yeah, that'd
device.
be terrible.
They'd be fucked.
Western support on handhelds has always been awful.
Yeah, that's true.
Always.
I was just more of a from a standpoint of just curious to see what they would have come up with.
I can't think of a good portable game. I guess Catherine would have made a good portable game.
That'd be cool to play on the go.
Yeah, that'd be a good portable game. I can't really think of anything else that I'd really want to go portable. Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what
There's
if that?
so many
like, no, I would
franchises that I
hate
can
that.
think. Well, there's so
Like,
many franchises that I'm thinking
something-
of, and then I'm like, oh, they already went portable and it sucked.
Yeah,
Or they
that's
went
that's
portable
what I'm
and-
thinking. Like, I'm trying to.
Well, like, didn't they just announce that Banner Saga is going to be on Vita? That's
really?
a cool idea.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like a tactic style game.
Yeah.
I think would always do well on
I wish
a handheld.
XCOM was a portable game.
It's on tablets.
How about if Metroid came
Like-
to 3DS, but it was a crappy
pretty sure it is.
Like-
Federation
Yeah.
Force?
Like
Recent
iOS?
XCOM? Like XCOM Enemy Unknown?
Like the 2013
I think that came to Vita, or it's coming to Vita.
Yeah, I think,
Really?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely. It just.
It was
the
also
only-
on phones.
Yeah, on phone. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the only thing is, yeah, you have to have a strong a device that's powerful enough to run it. But I mean, yeah,
I can think of probably a dozen games I'd like to see go into like to be remade like a Lara Croft Go style game.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Legacy of Kain.
Dude, they should make Final Fantasy Go.
All
I
right,
just want to see what the fuck that'd be like.
it's already getting. We've already been doing the show since like almost 3 hours now.
Holy fuck.
Wait, what?
Well, it's 9:15. We started at like 6:30.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what I'm saying. We need to
Oh,
hurry
God.
up. Piosh asks, sometimes video games come with some sweet swag, as some people would say. What are some of the favorite items that came with your games, or just what are some of the favorite video game related items that aren't video games or consoles?
My Metroid!
That didn't come with the game, but that is a good answer.
He said, what are your favorite video game items that aren't consoles?
My Final Fantasy Tactics figurines and my Suikoden 1 and 2 figurines.
I love art, like the kind that you can hang on a wall. So any kind like art
Like
that I
when
can
games
frame.
come with like when I like there's a couple of games I've gotten maps for and
Yeah.
stuff, like Skyrim came with a map and like stuff like
that kind
that.
of stuff's cool.
I also like my head crab.
Yeah.
Dude, my fucking Vault-Tec lunchbox.
Oh yeah.
I've used that more than anything I've ever gotten in like a collector's edition ever.
What do you use it for?
Stuff.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I keep drawings in it.
Drawings? Right. Drawings of little marijuana leaves?
Maybe some cocaine.
I'm trying to think. Meth. It's clearly meth. Sure.
Obviously.
I'm trying to think.
All
of
my
good
hard
swags. Speed smack.
What are you thinking of?
I have my Fallout 3 bobblehead on my
Man,
desk.
wouldn't it be great if there was a Fallout special edition that came with like Jet and Psycho?
So like art books and stuff like that. I've always wanted to buy a game with a boob mouse pad. I spent like an hour and a half with chat the
God.
other day talking about boob mouse pads.
Dude, they have ones for the new Dead or Alive Extreme.
I know, because that's how it
not
got
coming out.
brought up.
They have a couple of different choices. One of them is for one of these newer characters that I
It's
guess
not very
appeals to a certain,
wouldn't be supportive of your wrist.
not very supportive of the wrist. I don't know why people would want that character and or mouse pad.
And
for multiple
so I
reasons.
started Googling. I'm like, well, let me find a good boob mouse pad that maybe I would want to buy. And like, there's a lot on Amazon that are like, but there are
Are there
some
non-anime, just straight up?
human there are.
titties?
There was a couple of mouse pads that were literally just screenshots from a porno. It's like a flat mouse pad, but it wasn't even before. It was like before it got good. It was like two girls playing pool. Like it was about to, but it hadn't gotten
Sex
good
is
yet.
about to happen.
Yeah.
but you don't get to see it.
minutes.
Exactly. And then there was a couple where the mounds weren't boobs. They were butts. And like
That's my mouse
like,
pad.
Like the girls had like their legs behind their head and they were like laying back and it was kind of weird. But yeah.
That's a
I still want a mouse pad like that. But then that would replace my Brad After Dark mouse pad, which I've had for like 3 years now.
That's a good one.
All right, next question. Big Baz asked, even though it's still a ways away, do you have any early Pax South predictions? My prediction is it's going to be better than last year.
Lots
They'll
of
have
indie
more than
games.
4 games.
Yeah, because last year it was pretty poor. unfortunately.
I hope they don't let any games that have straight up not playable, like they did last year.
That one of my biggest issues was there was a lot of indie games, 99%, and I'm fine with indie games. I love indie games; they're great. But yeah, there were some that were pretty poor indie games.
Dude, there was a game that was straight up not playable. It was broken.
There was a couple of games, yeah.
That horror game?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It was a cave, and you could walk up to a shelf and walk right through it, and that was the only thing you could do. And I was like, so what do you do in this game? And he was like, oh, it's just...
So hopefully...
That game is called Undertale, and it came out and it was a huge success.
So I think the reason that was the case was just because it was new, and maybe some of the indie developers don't have a lot of money. They can't afford to travel. And obviously, if they're going to go to a PAX, they're probably not going to choose PAX South when they could be going to like PAX East or Prime, which are so much bigger. I understand why. It's just hopefully PAX South is big enough to where more people are attracted.
PAX always starts. It's like a snowball effect. The first year is small. Second year is still pretty small, but it gains some momentum.
We'll see.
It'll get better and
Maybe
better
we'll
every year.
cosplay to PAX South 2617.
With any luck, we'll see Cam Drone.
Yeah. All right. Quickly, just a few more questions. Sean asked, I recently lost 4 hours of progress in Xenoblade X as I forgot you have to save your game. Games like Fallout, which I was playing at the same time, have spoiled me with modern features such as autosaving. Have you ever suffered in a video game due to putting modern expectations of user-friendliness ahead of your common sense?
God.
Xenoblade. I lost it wasn't 4 hours, it was only about like an hour, a little over an hour, because what had happened was I was playing it, and then I had walked away, and when I came back, my controller had turned off, and in the process of turning it on, I think I accidentally held an analog stick in a certain direction, which is so dumb that the Wii U Pro controller does this. If you hold an analog stick in a offset direction when you turn it on, it chooses that as the default.
Yeah.
Which is really dumb, and I didn't.
A lot of controllers.
I didn't think of resyncing the controller. That actually ended up working because it's happened to me since then, and so I ended up restarting the console because I'm like, I'm sure it autosaved, but it hadn't, and I lost like an hour and a half.
Oh god!
I'm having that problem right now in Ori and the Blind Forest because you create your save points.
Yeah.
And I've actually lost some progress already because I just forgot to.
There was the time when I was playing Final Fantasy VII and I went to school, and one of my friends, he was already on the third disc, and I wanted his save because I wanted to like fly around in an airship, so I took it home, and I was like, wait, no, this is a different story. Never mind.
All right.
That's great.
All right. What else we got?
All right. There's a couple of questions, but some of them are kind of obscure answers we would be giving. So let's one more question. Angel.
Oh no.
Huh?
Are we looking at a different list of questions?
No, that's the same one. Well, we kind of already answered that question before in the past. Lazy. We've answered that.
Yeah.
It was like, what's the best or worst gift
I'm just not seeing the full list of questions then for some reason.
The best gift. Metroid.
We've already answered those questions before. So Angel asks, think back to the moment of your favorite game of all time. When it became your favorite game of all time, what emotions did you feel, and did you think the magic could happen again?
Oh, I've talked about that. It was when A Link to the Past was no longer my favorite game of all time. When I decided, you know what, Final Fantasy Tactics, you get the number one spot. It was. Just one of the many times I was playing through Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'd restarted it. I think I was in college, and I started it, and 10 hours later, I was like, wait, what? What happened? Like, literally, it was 10 hours later, and I was like, okay, this is my favorite game ever.
For me, Ocarina of Time, still my number one game of all time. And I think the moment that I realized was the first time ever that I pulled the sword out of the Temple of Time, and all of a sudden I was an adult, and I was walking around and I was seeing all these things, and like there was this like really great sense of like time progression and how like I felt like I had actually skipped forward into the future because you spent like however many hours as a young Link in that game, exploring that world and getting used to it and seeing how happy and great everything was, and then all of a sudden you jump forward 7 years in time, and you're in the same place, but everything's different. You can meet all these characters that have changed, and like it was just such a unique feeling.
Yeah,
and that was pretty amazing for me. I think that's the moment I knew.
Metal Gear Solid 3. When the first time I fought...
Is that your favorite game of all time?
Probably. It's tough for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's definitely, if not my favorite, it's right there.
Yeah.
The first time I fought the end.
Oh, yeah.
It was the fact that it's the first multi-map boss fight when you're going between multiple areas. And there was a time I was doing it. I wasn't doing the cheating way. I knew about turning off your console. I knew about waiting. I knew about all that stuff.
I did that.
And I was like, I'm doing this for real. And so I didn't. I just looked for him. I found him in my scope. I looked for the glint of his scope. And so there was one point where I was on like the top left of the map, and there's like this little waterfall drop off up there that you can't go up. You can only go down.
Yeah.
And I saw him through my binoculars. He had fallen asleep. And I was like, I got this. And so I snuck around, and I'm sneaking up. I'm crawling prone. I'm like, where the fuck did he go? And I hear like, I got you. And he was like standing behind me. He had like woke up and snuck around me. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
I fucking love that game.
That is crazy.
I'm gonna say. Again, I'm not 100% sure this is my favorite game of all time, but it has to be.
Well, there's no
up there.
take-backsies, so be careful.
Dark Souls. And this is going to sound really stupid, but like after starting the game and quitting a couple times, I finally got up to the point where I beat the fucking the belfry gargoyles.
Yeah.
Like, which is so
That's a tough
nothing compared to like the rest of that game.
Oh God, I just
But,
did
like-
that. I felt so proud of myself.
No, I know. That's a really big
That's a hard
early.
fight, though. Yeah,
that's a really big
that is a
early
big hurdle. That's a big hurdle to get over.
And when the first time I beat that, I got the gargoyle helm.
Yeah.
Which I was like a knight character. I was wearing the knight, and I put the helm on, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm a fucking gargoyle knight!" And like that was the first time that like the game had given me something really cool that I was like excited about, and I was like, "Oh my God, this hard work actually get you things." Like they're actually like rewards and other pieces of gear, and there's like that was the first time it really started like crystallizing in my mind that like there's got to be so many pieces of armor and weaponry in this game that like I can't even imagine, and if I just keep going I can get it all. Like and that was when I first got like addicted to Dark Souls.
And then it all went away in Bloodborne.
Oh, shut your mouth.
So that's all the questions for tonight. Thanks everyone who asked. Any patron is able to ask questions in the thread we post once a week. If we didn't get to your question, you can always re-ask it or ask another question, whatever you want. We love to hear from y'all.
We do. These are fun. I love answering questions.
Yeah.
So now we're going to wrap up the show with the 4-player minute.
Before we do that, I would like to take this time to pimp our end of the year.
Yes, that's a good point. We didn't really record a bump spot this week because of all the gifts. But I do want to take an opportunity to remind everybody who's watching us live or listening at home, right now our Game of the Year or our End of the Year community polls are live, which means you can go vote. There's 2 polls. You can go vote for your top 10 games of 2015. You can also vote for your favorite 4-player highlight moments of the year. We obviously, every year we put together 2 videos where we have the community vote and we select the top 10 community voted games of the year to go along with our staff videos. And then we also do a top 10 4-player moments of the year, and that video is a lot of fun. It reminds me of a lot of things that I forgot happened, or just haven't thought about much since, and I get to look back on and relive those moments. Those are great. So we urge everybody to click on the link, go vote, let us know. It only takes a few minutes, and it will help us out tremendously so we can get that video put together. So
Vote for Chai Tai's favorite moments of the year. We do wish more of y'all would have submitted some choices. We would have had a more accurate.
There are a lot of options, though.
There's a lot of options, yeah.
So go vote on that and look forward to the videos. We'll have those videos usually come out, I think, last after we get all of our staff videos, top 10 videos done. So look forward to those. If you're listening at home, you can find the link to those polls on the post on the site at 4playernetwork.com, or you can find them at the bottom of the YouTube video in the description, all that good stuff. So 4-player minute. Let's keep it quick.
Keep it quick. I'll go first. Our top 4 things of the year. What is the 4-player minute, Nick?
Hype, sweat, Shane, or no, hype.
I'm going all
okay.
hypes. My hype is for not just finishing up the games I've been playing this year, but for all the games that are coming out early next year. I'm hyped for 1, The Witness. I'm hyped for 2, Darkest Dungeon. I'm hyped for 3, XCOM 2. I'm hyped for 4, Firewatch. And I'm hyped for 5, Fire Emblem Fates. I think
Fuck it, I'm gonna do all hypes too.
these are all fucking January and February
It's
games.
Christmas,
It's
hype.
gonna be
Hype.
crazy.
Hype miss.
My fuck you for the week goes to Carlos for staying in Mexico so long. I don't get to
Dude.
talk about Dying Light at the end of the
Right?
year.
I know.
Right?
All y'all enjoyed Dying Light. I've been waiting for Carlos. He didn't take his PS4 because he's dumb, and all he's been playing is Doom because he's dumb.
Does Carlos even have Dying Light?
Well, I was going to get it for him from Gamefly. It's super cheap.
I bought it for him for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's
I
gonna
thought
have
he
to
was gonna
come
be
back to the
back.
States.
I
to
thought
get
he was
it.
going to be
I
back.
think he's in
Yeah, I
chat.
thought he was gonna come back
Is
in
he?
November.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Sorry, Carlos.
I hope he
Spoilers
feels.
for
I hope
Christmas.
he feels real bad.
All right, Nolan.
All right, my hype is for my new Xbox One.
Fuck yeah!
I don't know what I'm going to play on it because I don't have any games. yet.
Scalebound.
We didn't think that far ahead,
Yeah.
Nolan. You're gonna have to figure that part out
You
for
could
yourself.
play Gears of War HD.
That's true. My sweat.
Oh, I love how the Xbox box is blue now.
Yeah, is definitely still going to all these fucking games I'm trying to finish.
You better play Tomb Raider. It's a solid
Damn
game.
it. God damn it.
It looks like a PlayStation
Squeeze it
box.
in.
Yeah. My fuck you this week is I don't have a fuck you. I'm
Fuck it, all hypes, man.
pretty happy this week.
Fucking
Oh, hi.
I mean, definitely, I'm getting so excited for all of the. Fuck you. My fuck you goes to Thief. Fuck that game. Why do you keep suggesting that to me, Aging Silver? That game's a piece of shit.
That game was not a piece of shit until it became a piece of shit.
Wait,
Until
is
it
it
was.
actually free though?
It's free for
games
Xbox
for
Gold,
gold.
whatever. Yeah, the game.
I
for
wouldn't
gold
play that
thing.
game for free.
Yeah,
after
no,
that fucking
I'm
boss
not
fight.
playing Thief. That game sucks.
That's one of the few games that I rage quit.
Like,
I never went back.
Dude, so did I. I was like, I'm fucking done with this game. And I fucking rented it. And then my thank you goes to you guys for my Xbox One. You're very welcome. Thank
Well, hope
you.
it was a surprise.
No, it definitely was a surprise.
good.
Like when Nick handed it, I was like, ooh, that's a big box. And he handed it to me and I'm like, ooh, this is a heavy box. What is this?
Bricks.
I was worried that as soon as I put it in your hands and you felt how heavy it was, you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's an Xbox.
I thought about it for a second, but I was like, they didn't get me an Xbox One.
We got your next. What if you open that box and you get home, it's just a bunch of rocks?
Oh my god.
We don't
not.
know.
It's
I mean,
not.
there's been.
It's not a bunch of
I've
rocks.
I've seen those Reddit posts. Those
Yeah,
dudes
with, like
Walmart.
books and stuff like that.
If you open that box and there's rocks in it, we didn't put them there.
Okay.
yeah.
In fact, if that happens, let me know.
It was
because
GameStop.
we paid for that.
So first of all, my thank you is obviously to Nolan and Chris Davis for these wonderful gifts. I'm also gonna say thank you, Chai Tai, for Geek Out. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but he sent me a copy of Geek Out. Is
that a board game?
The Geek
Yeah.
Fight board game.
I was kind of curious as to why Chai got me a book too, because he also sent me a board game.
Holy shit! Where's
Yeah.
my board game? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We need to play that. We need to play these games
That
during
one
board
and
game.
mine, I think, would do really good on board game.
He-
nights.
Sweet. We need
yeah,
to do
so
one of those.
he demanded that we play Geek Out at some point.
Related to
during
board game night, do y'all think that Sherlock Holmes games would be good for board game night?
What are Sherlock
I have
Holmes
no
games?
idea.
The consulting detective or whatever it's called. I don't know.
No,
It's-
but that seems awesome.
I've heard people say it's cool.
My sweat is just that. Jesus Christ! I already wasn't gonna finish everything I needed to play, and now that I have the ability to play Halo 5 and Tomb Raider and all these Xbox games, all these Xbox, but like a couple of these Xbox games, this is just making it more difficult to get shit done before the end of the year.
I would say look at it and prioritize, and you think you should have a pretty good idea of what has a better chance of making it on your list
what's
and
going to be
whatnot.
and what isn't. Yeah, and my fuck you goes to me for not being more time conscious with my games. And my hype is going to be for No Man's Sky.
Just fucking say it. No, he didn't.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Go, Nick.
All right, my hype this week goes to Star Wars. Holy shit, Star Wars is
right?
back.
Yeah, that
it
was
feels
fun.
so
Yeah.
good. It feels so good. If you want to
Looks
listen to
good
our
in my
Star Wars
balls.
spoiler cast, it is available now.
So good.
It's on 4playernetwork.com. Please go check it out. We had a lot of fun talking about it.
Link it
I'm already fucking excited for episode 8 because they start filming next month.
Yep.
next month.
Next month.
Dude,
I am-
how do we get on that set?
You're thinking of Rogue One.
no, they start filming episode 8.
January.
You do realize episode 8 comes out in May of 2017.
I'm
That's
pretty
the-
sure Rogue One's already in, like,
Yeah,
filming.
Rogue
like,
One
if not
launches in
December.
Oh, December.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for Rogue One too, but to be honest, let's be honest. Like, we're all super excited to see where episode 8.
I'm still worried about slipping up with Star Wars spoilers.
Yeah. So that's really great. And honestly, my second hype, Star Wars related, is like this opens up a whole new slew of possibilities in the video game world for Star Wars. We already know that Visceral is working on a Star Wars RPG with Amy Hennig, and that sounds like it could be really fucking cool.
We know it's an RPG.
We don't know it's an RPG.
I think they've said it's an RPG.
I don't think they've said
There's already talk of 1313 somehow being resurrected in some form. Like
13.
we are entering a new golden
13,
age.
14.
It's I feel like we're entering a new golden age of Star Wars, like, or a potential golden age. Like,
Well,
The new golden age of the Republic.
I hope so. I mean, if Battlefront was the start of it, I've heard not.
Because that wasn't Coruscant that blew up. Oh.
all right.
I told you, right? Right?
That's not a thing.
Why did you tell us all the characters who are going to be in the next movie?
It's all the ones that are
Let's stop talking.
Go listen to our spoiler cast. Anyways,
If you've seen it.
so my next hype is going to be for Ori and the Blind Forest. I legitimately I found myself thinking about playing more of that game. So I'm excited to go finish that. My next hype is for the early months of 2016 because there's a lot of shit I want to play. There's The Witness, fucking Hitman
I'm
comes
ready
out.
to not be so pressured to finish certain games.
Yeah, because as soon as January hits,
This
it's
is
like,
such a stupid thing
Yeah.
that we do every year.
But it happens every year.
but it's fun. Whatever. It's stupid
fun,
and fun.
but it's dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid and fun, but we like doing it, so we're going to keep doing it. And my thank you of the week obviously goes to Nolan for the nice Bond cars. I got to find a way to display those somehow.
You
I
were
don't-
displaying them. Play them like a grown-up.
What?
Play them like a grown-up.
Thank you, Chris Davis, for the dick-shaped presents that ended up being really awesome posters and
Yeah,
my new
those are
favorite
cool.
snack.
Yeah.
He went all out, and I wasn't expecting that at all. So thank you.
Thanks for the onion tanglers.
It's much appreciated. And yeah, I think that's our show, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate.
we got one more show this year still.
We have one more show.
We're doing a show next week.
Next week we should have. I was hoping that we would have our new
What a
sample
way to
shirts.
end the year with new 4-player
Yeah.
shirts.
So next week you can expect us. We'll be wearing our samples of our new shirts because we should be opening the new 4-player store next week. So if y'all have interest in buying any 4-player merch, including shirts and whatnot, you can check it out there. But hopefully we'll have the shirts so you can see what they look like and whatnot next week's show. Of course, as a last reminder, please go vote in those polls so we can have plenty of entries to help us put those videos together.
Do it now.
Download our spoiler cast or a popcorn cast for Star Wars.
The keyword is spoiler cast.
Keyword. You can watch us broadcast games every single night as usual on 4pp.tv. And I think that's it. Happy holidays, everybody. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.